Hey, what's up, Tyler? How's it going, Tyler Ferbert? Welcome, guys, to the late night stream for Saturday. Boy, my computer wasn't working there for a minute. I hit the go live button and our internet was like disconnected. We've actually had really wonky internet all day. All right. I suspect our internet is wonky because of how many people are down here in Lake of the Ozarks partying for Labor Day weekend, for Memorial Day weekend. All right, so here we have our title for tonight's stream. We're going to say, let's see, how about 25th anniversary Pikachu break? That's the lead part of the title. Hot box breaks, New Roaring Sky, and MTG Spiderman giveaway. All that's true. It's a bunch of stuff in the title there. It's kind of like a word salad of things going on in the stream. I feel like it's kind of a clocking it in kind of title. We're going live for Saturday night. Here it is. We just kind of give you a menu of what's going on. All right. I would love it if we had a more clever title. There we go. Okay. Listing sold. I sold 2 things today on eBay. One of them was Black Label Hello Kitty for $400. You guys missed out on that because I offered that for sale on the table multiple times and nobody wanted it. And it was probably underpriced, because when I put it up on eBay, I made it more expensive. And then the other thing that we sold was $4,000 Cardos Dragonite 10, which I sold it and I immediately thought, ooh, should I have sold it for that price? Because I think I listed it almost 3 months ago and it just sold. So that's something to keep an eye out on. I listed him a long time ago and I didn't keep up with it. But he sold for 4,000. I'm curious what I bought him for. Probably a lot less than 4,000. So it's still going to be a profit, and now it's going to be somebody else's Dragonite. It is. You woke up sick? That sucks, man. Hey, Mr. Javier's here. What's up, man? Daniel Berry Sports Highlight. Hey, how's it going? We're all doomed. I sold 0 things. Selling on eBay is a lot of fun, and so I managed to sell 2 items. I'm curious, what did I get that Dragonite for? Does eBay know? Did I buy it from eBay? Let's see if I bought it from eBay. It's going to be Cardos Dragonite. I sold it for exactly 4,000. Cardos Dragonite. Purchased in 2023 for 1,175. Sold for $4,000 today. So it sold about 3 years later for 4K. That's not bad. It's a flip. All right, but again, I wonder if I should have not asked for more money for it. Let's see. Doobie 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 doo. Okay, good. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not a card I was really stuck on, to be honest with the way it looked. I didn't think it looked all that good. I'm going to throw this away, which is exactly why I listed it for sale in the first place. Here is Nathan Gordon. Wow. He ordered this 11 hours ago. Finished slab away 2 glory holes of Team Rocket. Joshua Tarte, 7 hours ago. I'd like to order shipping. My name is Josh Tarte and YouTube name. Okay, good. And then we had 38 minutes ago, Ryan Shapiro wanted a pack of Ascended Heroes. And now Hathim, 2 Ascended Heroes. Wow, that's a lot of pre-orders. Well, let's get to it. I thought tonight's title should include showing off that we do have 2 box breaks because these don't get enough attention. But yeah, these are for a whole booster box. Have you guys thought about that? I mean, it's kind of a big deal. Astro Radiance on the left, One Piece on the right. $40. Your odds are good that you're going to lose $40. But one guy walks away with the whole box. That's what we do on this channel. We offer these pretty daring breaks. Is it really that crazy though? I mean, when you think about opening up booster packs, they're really just a miniaturized version of what we're doing. Like when you open one booster pack out of a box of 36 packs, you're taking a fractional piece of that box, but there's only going to be 1 or 2 hits in the whole box. So you are doing the same thing, just in a different way. Tonight, we have Mr. Brandon's lovely collector edition booster pack giveaway of Magic Spider-Man. And what we're going to do, if you place an order of $40 or more, we're going to put you on this giveaway automatically. And then we'll still give spots away to the audience as well. So we're going to do both. Did you make more junk? A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I was doing a lot of sorting. There's a couple more now, a couple fresh ones. Those junk packs are still $3. I ran a test. I tried to fit 20 cards in the pack. Didn't like it. It's not a good idea because the cards fit into the sleeve nice and easy when there's 15 of them. Bringing it up to 20, they don't fit as well. Especially if you got like sport cards, if you got like thick cut cards, you got like square cut cards. So not a good idea. All right. 30th anniversary set is confirmed. Understandable. I'm holding forever. Pin website. Let me pin the website. Give me a second. Let me pin that website. It's Saturday, and man, I was tempted to just call off tonight, man. I was tempted to just kick my feet back and go to bed. I really was. I've been working a long time, man. It has been 7 years, hasn't it? We are. I'm going to pin this website. Karis and I, we didn't really go out today. So this weekend, we just kind of stayed in. You know, the thing is, we knew all the roads were going to be super busy. And so we didn't really want to go out and compete with everyone for like a spot at a restaurant or anything like that. And then also, we don't have a Sea-Doo. We don't have a boat. So we didn't go play in the water. There's a public beach we can go to. It's just lake water. I don't know. It was probably busy and fun out there. But again, we just kind of hit around inside. It's Karis's birthday. So we got like a cookie cake. How cool is that? She likes cookie cakes. There's a detail about her. But overall, we just kind of hung out and watched TV and played games. That was it. Nothing exciting. We talked a lot about what to do next in life. We were talking about moving out of Missouri. We're talking about that a lot. We're talking about that because Missouri is not a no tax state. They charge 5% taxes on all my earnings. So I got to pay federal and then 5% to Missouri. Missouri is trying to become a no tax state right now. And there was going to be a vote on that in November. That has been moved up to August. So we're going to know real soon if I'm leaving or going or staying. I'm going to know real soon about that. Okay, the website is pinned, correct? We did it. We did the pin. Let me check. Yes, it looks pinned to me. All right, very good. Nathan Gordon, finish slab away 2 glory holes of Team Rocket. Let's see, Mr. Nathan. Ooh, we need a fresh box of glory of Team Rocket in here ASAP. Where should I move, guys? Was playing Battlefront multiplayer honestly not bad. Yeah, you're playing that. We've been playing that. It's kind of fun. It is. There's a lot of sweats, man. It's when you first play it, you think it's just very chaotic and disorganized, and one team wins and the other team loses. No, no, no. There's some extremely good players, and they kick everyone else's butt. They affect the flow of the fight and decide which team wins. It is. All right. Move closer to me. We are. Here's wow. That was pretty easy. Nathan Gordon sniping this Pearson. And a cold one. All right. One Persian for you. That's Nathan Gordon. Thank you for the order, Nathan. We got to find out where his bag is. Let's go looking for it. Throw that away. Here it is, Nathan Gordon bag right there. All right. So Kirsten and I were looking at places to move. But so we're getting all hyped up because we're going to find out in August if we're staying or going. We're not going to have to wait till November. Now, if they say that if it fails to pass, I'm just probably going to put my other lake house up for sale right away. And then Kirsten and I are going to be looking into where to move again. Let's get that slab away from Mr. Nathan. All right. So it's the focus of my life right now is to think about where to be. Consignment Sylveon, huh? Nathan Gordon with an N. Let's see, that'll be over here probably. This music is playing, but you guys can't hear it still, right? So weird. Okay. Where is it? Oh, man. You know what? Maybe it's not in this box at all. Maybe it's in this pile. Let me grab these. On my days off, I could work for you. Maybe move to another country. Yeah, yeah. Which country? William. Aha, Nathan Gordon. All right. Now that says Brett, like Brett Love on it. So to me, it looks like Brett Love's supposed to be paid out on this. All right. All right. What's Brett Love got? $125 Sylveon. Let's go ahead and pay out Brett Love. Chris Gonzalez. Did he spend this? He was asking to spend it right at the end. I saw it after I hit the off button. Javier Arroyo. He spent some of his. Okay. And here's the store credit baggie. Vintage Harry Potter boxes have gone up in price. Oh, that's cool. All right. So we're looking for Mr. Brett. Think we should have more of that, Mr. Alex? There we go. Maybe somewhere in Europe or Asia? What? Europe or Asia? I can't afford to move to those places. All right. That says 180,040. Did he not spend that? Shoot, man. This is what scares me about store credit is I can never remember like if they spent something and I didn't mark it off. So let's say 125. That says 040. That's 083. So we're going to say 125 comes out to 93 plus 180. $273. All right. And the number shall say 083. There it goes. Sold out in 2 hours today. What? Mister, my company sent you a little gift. What? You sold out? That's cool, man. That's cool as heck. Let me go into the extended menu real fast and jump down here to these things. And let me remove all these price tags. I'm going to sell out in 2 hours. It is. All right. So Charizard, we're going to remove the price tag on this guy. Remove the price tag on this guy. We removed the SPCs, UPCs, and premium box collections because I was scared I couldn't keep up with the price tags on them. Like I wouldn't understand what the price should be. All right, so we go ahead and update that so those no longer exist that way. Let's see. Now, Brett Love has been taken care of, and Nathan Gordon. I feel like we might as well get him a nice new sleeve. Let's get him a new sleeve. It's a really ugly looking sleeve. The Bahamas is a tax haven, isn't it? I'm not moving to the Bahamas. We are. The Bahamas probably has like an import-export fee, and I would be doing a ton of importing and exporting. Nathan Gordon. There we go. Ooh. Very nice. Let's grab this. Javier Royal. Chris Gonzalez. I'm sure Chris is going to join us tonight and spend that store credit. All right. Now, I think I said something like minimum $40 order gets you in on this giveaway tonight. That's going to be Nathan Gordon. Okay. Check prices on vintage Harry Potter. No, they went up. Here's Mr. Joshua. I'd like to order shipping for my bag and Rayquaza slab. Joshua. All right. So that is order number 2, everybody. Give me a moment. Let's go find his stuff. Joshua. Here's Joseph Joya, who really needs to ship very badly. Aha, here we are, because his bag's super expired. Now here's Mr. Joshua Tarte. Looks like he's relatively new. Let's go get him a fresh label. Come on, PayPal. Bruh, PayPal sucks, man. All right, let's try this. So you guys can't hear any music at all. Is that right? Send money. It sent me straight to the send money screen. What the hell? Crazy. All right, so here we are. And we want to hit activity. Good. Finally. Here's Joshua, and now let's look into this. Okay, he shared his address correctly. Let's go ahead and grab that. We're going to reset our shipping software now because the shipping software will have new pricing. I hear Adele playing. Correct. No music. No, very sad about that. What? Sorry, Alex. All the Harry Potters are getting expensive. All right. There we go. I saw the Pokemon Vintage Base Set Booster Box Japanese went for $1,000. 1,000. No, I'm sorry, $150,000. 150,000. And I went, wow, because I got one of those. Bought it a long time ago for 8,000. And actually, I'm not even sure if it's authentic, but I'm pretty sure it is. Bought it from a couple over Facebook many years ago. They were scared I was the scammer. That's the way they kept talking. They kept hesitating. And they're like, "You're not going to scam us, are you?" And I'm like, "No." They're like, "Okay, you're a YouTuber. We believe you." But I kept having to push them to sell it to me. And then they finally did for 8,000. And so if assuming it's a real box, which I think it is, they got killed, man, because all they had to do was hold it. I wonder what they spent the money on. Maybe they went on vacation or something. I pretty much did the opposite of that, didn't I? I just bought Pokemon cards and didn't go on vacation. All right, there we go. Mr. Joshua Tarte, thank you so much. Good. This will be packaged up on Monday and probably picked up on Tuesday because Monday's a holiday. All right, very good. Now, what do we got? No, we'll see. We'll see. Because maybe if Alexis asks for Monday off, I'll give it to her. Here's Ryan Shapiro. I don't know if she wants Monday off. I don't care if she takes Monday off, but that would mean everything might go out on Wednesday day. Okay, just letting you guys know. All right, good. It is, after all, a federal holiday. Okay, we're getting Mr. Ryan Shapiro next. There it is. Mr. is the Pokemon Robin Hood. I don't know about that. Here we are. I did pretty well for myself. All right, what was the trick? Just work a lot of hours and buy only cards. That was the trick. Buy nothing but cards. Place all your faith into something that shouldn't do well, but it's going to do well. All right, here we are. I'd love to see this Pikachu go off today. We have Gold Star Umbreon as well. Let's grab that Gold Star Umbreon. I guess not a lot of excitement for it. I can't tell. If you're excited for the Umbreon, buy a spot in it. Let me know, because otherwise we might start a different one. Okay, very good. That's Ryan Shapiro. It's Fred. All right, Ryan. Should I sell my Harry Potter for Pokemon? Well, you know me, I'm a Pokemon guy, so I always prefer Pokemon. But Harry Potter's a strong franchise. So is Star Wars, so is Lord of the Rings, so is One Piece, so is Dragon Ball, so is Yu-Gi-Oh! None of them's bad. So you can do whatever you're passionate about. Here's a theme, 2 Ascended Heroes. Mr. Athim, you're jumping straight in here. Minimum $40 order gets you into the giveaway tonight, guys. All right, happy Saturday, everybody. Okay. Harry Potter, the boy who lived, come to die. Moldy Mort, here's a Mega Embor. Ooh, these are Ascended Heroes, guys. Ah, what do we got? Carbink. Cool, man. All right, Carbink pulling out. Cool. You're will of the high. That's right. All right, Mr. Thim, thank you so much. Where are we going to put your stuff? In the Hithim area. Aha, you have your own box. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Boop. Boop. Good. Welcome, guys, to the late night stream. It's me, your host, Mr. Cardconomist. We've got these lovely breaks here: Roaring Skies, Pikachu, Gold Star Umbreon. We got booster boxes like the Astral Radiance and the One Piece OP5 English. We also have this bad boy, which was not in the thumbnail. Soldier's Return, which is 5 spots away from going off. Pretty good. We got a lot of consignment slabs up on the table right now for Mr. Javier. We're going to let him rotate tonight a couple times before we take him down. And then we're going to get back to showing off the Z slabs. That's what we're on. We're on the Z slab rotation. So you get a card like this. This is Diamond Pearl Magneton. That's what you're looking at. So it's not holographic. This is like a common card, right? And it's $100 because it's from Diamond Pearl. There you have it. We have this beautiful Gyarados, Scarlet Violet era, right? So this is a base set, 2023, 3 years old. Another Diamond Pearl card, $70, not bad. Here is a Rocket Returns Larvitar, first edition. So that's Rocket Returns right there. That's the Japanese version. And here's Gengar 9, Trick or Trade. So there you go. Pretty hot table tonight for slabs. All right. We have an order, Anthony Rodriguez. Towards Karis's Cookie Cake. Oh, that's so nice. A little $20 donation toward Karis's Cookie Cake. Oops. Anthony Rodriguez. Yeah, it's her birthday, all right. There you go. I might take her out to Golden Corral tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do tomorrow. There we go. Don't have any plans. We're that type of people where we don't make plans. You know, the problem is if we make plans, then it's not any fun anymore. Ooh, that's really good. Look at that. We almost have a full vintage table here. Can we get one more vintage? One more vintage. That's all we need. We have a full vintage table. Right there. Maybe this. Is this mine? I think this is mine. That's mine. That's a full vintage table there. All right, cool, man. Look at that. Sorry, I don't just have like Charizards and PSA 10 Pikachu vintage, and you know what I'm saying? Umbreon. You got any Umbreons? You got any Lugias? Do I hold my base set blister of Harry Potter? Blister? You don't have like 12 booster boxes? If you want to use credit, make a penny order just so you can be in line. That does work. But I can see Mr. Chris wants 2 live customs. I pay the extra fee. Sounds good, Mr. Chris. Send that order in. We'll get you taken care of. All right, so let's see. What we got? Who's the oldest order? That's the question. So it appears to be Mr. Mark J. Valerian, who says, split this between Six and Tammy, because I'm a simp, for a box of Pokemon Korean Electric Breaker. Korean Electric Breaker. Okay, I was going to say, I'm a simp for Emiru. Emiru? I don't know who that is. Emiru? All right, let's see. 1 Electric Breaker box. I'm going to stand up and get it. And I think I'm going to run off and grab a drink too, because I can see I have no drink over here. So I can't be hosting the stream with no drink, okay? So I'll be right back. We're going to get a whole box for Six and Tammy, and we'll see who gets the better pull, okay? All right, so be right back. Let's go. Excuse me. Mint Berry Crunch. Boop. You guys remember that? Mint Berry Crunch? I remember. Here we are. All right. No, but even if blister case is going for 3K, Mr. I still have a Zapdos and Topps Dragonite for consignment. A Zapdos and Topps Dragonite for consignment. Are you asking me if you have that? Here we are. All right. Very good. I see we have 41 viewers and only 9 likes. Let's get some more likes, guys. All right. So this is to be split between Six and Tammy. Good. What? You did not grab my Zapdos and Topps Dragonite. That's interesting. I thought I grabbed everything. All right. So we'll have to go looking for that. Zapdos and Topps Dragonite. All right. There we go. Very nice. So wait a second. Let's split this in half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 15, right? 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this shall be Six's round, followed by Tammy's round. One whole box of Electric Breaker. It is. They might be there with you because I got them a few days ago. Okay. Oh, I see. So maybe they were upstairs. And then when I went looking downstairs for them, they weren't in the box yet. And then maybe Six, oh my God, maybe Alexis came in, did the shipping, and she sorted them into the boxes at that point. Okay. That sounds good. Boop. Mr. Mark. You ready, Mark? Here's Chen Bao. Yeah. And here's, let's see what we're given. We got Tatsugiri. We got Phoebus. Phoebus. Here's Capsicum. Here's Tortellini. I had a baked chicken today for dinner. Baked chicken and potato fries and some fried fish. And then I had a little bit of cookie cake because Cares loves cookie cake. I don't get it. I'm more of a cake kind of person. You know, I like it when my cake is like cake. But I don't mind cookies. I don't have anything against cookies. But cookies are not cakes. That's the problem I have. That's the only problem I have. All right. So the first half of the box will be Phoebus and Familiar. Fried fish. It's fried. Here we are. Just a little bit. All right. That goes to 6. Move my cell phone over here. Oh, I see we got this little bag in the way. I don't like candies and sweets. Am I weird? I love candies and sweets. I'm just a little different from the other girls. There we go. Good. All right. What's the what are we doing for views tonight? What do the guidelines say? We got to hit 67 views to activate the view bounty. Yeah? All right. 67. That's not a high target. That's pretty easy. It's very doable. All right, here goes. How do you contribute to the views bounty? Basically, just sticking around. People flow into the stream and people flow out of the stream at the same time, right? So if you kind of stick around, you plug the stream up. And then once you hit that sweet 67, we'll activate an immediate giveaway. Here goes. So we were doing likes bounties. Now we're trying a view bounty. It's just for fun. Oops, there we go. It's kind of a I scratch your back, you scratch my back kind of thing. Okay. Honestly, we don't have to have it at all. You know, like I think people would join this stream whether we had giveaways or not. But, you know, it's kind of our way of giving back, giving some stuff away. In this case, it's Brandon's giveaway, so he's giving stuff back. He's very generous. Yeah, I was thinking today what we ought to do when I give away a slab, I ought to put like a Cardconomist sticker on the slab, maybe in some, you know, non-annoying place, just to have some Cardconomist giveaway slabs circulating. Of course, I guess you could always peel it off pretty easily, so it's not like it would have to stay on, but it would be fun to see just how many cards were given away over time. You know, wouldn't it be funny if one made it onto like eBay or something like that? Here it is. Ooh, I was just thinking about that. Like, I would love to know which of the slabs were given away. So, Tammy, you're going to pick up a lovely melodic, thanks to our good friend, Mr. Mark. Well, Mr. Mark, how'd that feel? I start my new job tomorrow night. You got a new job tomorrow night? Good for you, man. Good for you. That's what it's all about. Tammy's box is over here. She's in the former Coeli Jimenez box. Used to be a Jimenez. box, but now it is a Tammy box. This is thanks to Mr. Mark J. Valerian, one of the probably the most generous guy on the stream right now, I think. Brandon Wong's also pretty generous. We got a bunch of generous people in here. I don't know why people are so nice, but it's pretty cool. Tammy Lowe, enjoy your nice bonus melodic. There we go. Some people just got a lot of joy from giving things away. All right. Now, believe it or not, we like to keep track of that. Okay, so you are going to say 145 now. Who has the most that they've given away this month? I'm at 160. Mark, I think you're at 150 plus 145. So I think you're almost at 300. NHCC, Joseph Smith, Sarah, Nathan, Javier's done 100. Brandon Wong did a 175. So he's more than I am right now. I still have time to catch up, though. Here's Pat Gibbs at 35, and here's Anthony Rodriguez at 20. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot. Just got some rift found. Cool, man. We still got plenty of it. Tell me about Emiru. Let me look it up. I'll look Emiru up. She could be like some booby girl or something. Let's see. Oh, I know who she is. Was she like a girlfriend for that one guy? What is his name? Asmongold? All right, there we go. She was like friends with them, or they dated or something, didn't they? Here's Joseph Smith, 3 other shuffles. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Let's get some other shuffles. I've seen quite a few TCC graded cards on eBay. I'd like to get some more Cardconomist cards graded. In my opinion, if I moved the whole encapsulation setup upstairs, I probably would do a lot more work on it because the fact that it's down in the dusty basement makes me not want to go down there. 1, 2, 3. It's cold. It's clammy. It doesn't have a beautiful view of the lake as much. There's no televisions to kind of turn on some background noise. It's lonely. Karis is upstairs. She has no reason to be downstairs either. So that's why I don't do more encapsulations in an uncomfortable part of the home. So if I move the encapsulator maybe to this room, the working room, well, that right away would have me do way more encapsulations. Of course, it would be hard to stuff it into this room. Then the other option is to stuff it somewhere in the family room. That's possible too, actually. And then finally, the other option is to stuff it into the inventory room. That would be tough, but that would be a good place to put it because then the family room is just for family room stuff. So, we haven't really decided what to do. It's so heavy, I would have to hire a team of guys to move it. You know how much it cost me to move the encapsulator last time? $500. I had to pay a group of men $500 to move it because it's so heavy. It takes 4 guys to lift it. All right, here it is. That was 3 other shuffles for Joseph Smith. Sorry, Joseph, no luck in there. I like claiming. Oh no, mister, not with the times. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I have a great idea to encourage future purchases on big giveaway slabs. Tell me about it, Mr. Brian. I love ideas. Keep the Roach King's name out your mouth. Emira was Ms. Kiff's girlfriend, and they had a messy breakup, right? She like accused him of what did she accuse him of? It wasn't like the R word, right? She accused him though of like was it like abuse or just something like that? I don't think she accused him of being violent. I don't remember. And then did he like sue her for slander or something like that? All right. It's funny. I don't pay attention to that stuff very well, and yet somehow I still slightly know about it. Here we are. I've seen some Asmongold content. He sometimes makes good content, but I don't watch all his stuff. He always has the most clickbaity titles like, "Oh, this is the end, dot 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 question mark." You know what I mean? So I don't click on that kind of stuff. But occasionally he'll speak on a political subject, and on occasion I'll click on that if it's not like a 3-hour long clip because he does these really big clips too and I just go pass. He goes, "All right, so we have Mr. Eduardo Matios. He is next. Eduardo, what's up, man?" He says he wants 2 of the English manga boosters. All right, and those are the English boosters. Let's get them. It's crazy how well these have been selling for so long now. Ooh, are we out? Hold on. Wait a second. So that's One Piece OP5. I may have to get a fresh box of the manga boosters. And then I'll know how much I have left too, by the way. Yep, it's time to get a fresh box. All right, so bear with me. I'll be right back, everybody. All right, here we are, Mister. Your first order. Nice. Nice to meet you, by the way. All right, give me a second here. So here we are. Thank you. Goodbye. You're getting a fresh box too. How nice is that, man? Amir accused Muser of psychological and domestic abuse, stalking, and blackmail. Yeesh. You mean like any toxic relationship, basically? People don't break up because they were being nice to each other, you know? All right. I don't have any opinion on any of that. I didn't watch or see any of that, but I do recognize who she is. But she doesn't make any kind of content that I watch. And then Asmongold sometimes makes content that I watch. We are. All right, there we go. Very good. Ooh. What he did was kind of bad, so can't say too much about it. I don't know what he did. I didn't actually, I didn't look into it. So maybe he's a bad dude. I don't know who that guy is either. I seen a picture of him for like a second and I go, damn, dude, he's kind of uggo. All right, here goes. Eduardo. Whoa, look at that. Son Goku. Holy. All right. If you ever don't want these bulk hollows, let me know. So this is it. Here's your rare, and here's your rare. You got two rares out of here. Full power, kind of like Darth Sidious, right? Power. Unlimited. I watch Mister and a bit of Moist Critical. Who's Moist Critical? I love what other content creators do you guys watch? I want to hear what you guys listen to. I want to know what you guys listen to. So here we have some bulk. And then we have Cell and an SR, Mercenary Tau. There you are. Meat Canyon. I've seen some of his animations. Those are pretty funny. But he also makes content, and I've tried watching it, and I can't watch it. I just can't do it. Can't do it. It's too much like YouTuber like brain rot style content. I watch Moist Criticals as well. Can I keep the hollows? Heck yeah, dude. You can keep these hollows. All right, these packs are pretty expensive, Mr. Eduardo. So nowadays, all the bulk hollows are yours. In the past, we would remove them and treat them as bulk. All right, but nowadays, they're getting pretty expensive. All right. Now, you get all these, and we're going to put them into a baggie for you. And we're going to store the baggie over here until you order shipping. You can you can keep your cards over here for 1 full year, okay? So you get a full year and they ship out the day that you order shipping. You can keep adding cards to your bag until you pull something you really like. At that point, that's a clever time to ship it out, right? So you can keep pulling until you get something you want. 6.26. Listen to Theo Vaughn. Theo Vaughn, I have listened to him a couple times. He was like really funny at some point, and then some about it, I just didn't want to listen anymore. I think sometimes his content is too meaningless, you know? That's my biggest problem is sometimes his content's too meaningless. But I remember, didn't he have like an interview with Trump or something like that? I can't remember. He has some pretty high profile interviews for a little while. Baggy called junk. He's pretty funny sometimes, though. Theo Vaughn is. All right, there we go. It's surprising how old he is. Chris Gonzalez is next. Mr. Chris, welcome. He's back and he wants to spend his store credit. Here it is. All right, Chris. Aspen Gold, Pokey Streamers, just random stuff. There you go. Ooh. Okay. All right. The number one thing I watch on YouTube is the news. 2, 3, 1, 2. All right. So you sent 1250. Perfect. Okay. The news is probably the number one thing. Here it is. Here's this. That's how I found out today that the voting day for the no taxes in Missouri was moved up to August. And Governor Cahoe was being criticized for that because it was sort of like they believed he was doing that so that voters don't have time to become informed about the consequences of Missouri becoming a no tax state. All right. Obviously, Democrats hate it. They don't like it. They want to tax everybody. All right, let's see. Did you get my Wise order? Just not your turn yet. He actually does really well. He's not only funny, but opens up about real issues in his life, helped a bunch of people get out of stuff. Funks has very interesting guests. Yeah, he's like I said, I've watched some of his content. Sometimes it's good. I think I got a little bored of it though. I think for me, I don't know. Like I can predict mostly what he's going to say, how he's going to behave, and so it's almost like my brain doesn't get as much value out of it anymore. Actually, that's probably what happens over here. You know, we've been going live for what, 7 years, and I bet people come in, they meet me, you kind of get a sense of my personality a little bit, and then you hear some of my ideas, and then maybe one day you're like, man, this guy says the same stuff like a clock. You know what I mean? So it's that's part of the struggle of making content is being fresh, you know, being on trends, having something new to say, evolving as a character arc, all that kind of stuff, you know, having a story. Next up, we have an order from all right, we got the Rift Bounds for Mr. I believe Anthony. All right, Anthony. And then it's your turn right after, Mr. John. What happened to Jen? I noticed she's not as active. I see her in other places. I miss her crazy orders. I just had a drunk girl drilling me about having an Android and not an iPhone. Bro, you don't have an iPhone? What the? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 6 here. We're short. We need more. I started watching you from the Game Economist. Oh, that's really cool, man. All right. So let me go ahead and get some more Rift Bounds. I'll be right back. Here we are. Very nice. There we go. Tossing this. There we go. Have you been adding the $40 orders on giveaway? No. I forgot. Boy, this cough is so annoying. It's like having asthma. I think I might have asthma or something. I don't know. I don't know, but I think it was triggered by when I had that issue the other day. So you ready? Okay, so let's grab this, Mr. Brandon, and let's jump over here. What do we have? We have Mr. Eduardo. He's going in. Hey, what's up, man? He's new. Okay, and then we have Chris Gonzalez. Here you go, Chris. It's with the Z at the end. And then we have Anthony Paniagua. Thank you so much. There goes. Lovely. Tonight, if you place a $40 order, you go right into the giveaway. That's what we're doing tonight. It's a nice Saturday night. We got a nice 18 likes. We're drowning in likes. With Tyler as mod, we don't need any other mods. He's really active. What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Watch your mouth there, Mr. PDX. There we go. Here's a snip here. And here's a snip here. Tyler's still learning the ropes, man. Right here, Mark. Call me Trish. What? Some of us got lives, says Tammy. Yeah, some of us got lives here, Mr. PDX. Here's Would You Master. Here's Blashful Boom. Tammy, I'm going to need you to quit your job so that you can be here every second of every day. Here's Crimson Pigeon, Honey Fruit, Master Yi. Oh, yeah. We are. You know what we should do? We should have like a guest on the show. I've never done that. That would kind of mix things up. We never have guests. We were just talking about how like Theo Vaughn does interviews. I think it'd be cool if we did something like that for once. I mean, we have had people on like the iPad where they join like a Discord server audio call, and then that comes through the iPad. You can hear it coming through the iPad, but I mean, like, actually have somebody in the room. Technically, I guess we've had Miss Alexis, haven't we? We've had Alexis a couple times. She hasn't been on in a while, though. We are. We had a girl in the lobby yesterday who yelled at her boyfriend for not knowing what couture is. Couture? I don't know what that is. Here's Pilt Cover. No, Pilt Over Enforcer. What? All right, there we go. I rock with Pokey Kobe. Pokey Kobe is still around? We are. All right. How's he doing? Here's Rift Herald. Have you gone to the State Fair in Missouri? The State Fair? I don't think so. I've been to a lot of Missouri fairs, but I don't know if I've been to one that's specifically called the State Fair. There we go. Can you invite Leanhart, Cool Trainer Ryan, and Pokey Rev on the stream together? That's a great question. All right. Ooh, Mr. Anthony, let's grab your bag. So you've got a box now, and it's so full that we're going to peel out the bottom like that. Okay. And now your cards go in the top. It's a double box. Can you give me a bucket of cookies they sell there, please? Bucket of cookies at the State Fair. I watch Rayman Repair. He's a mechanic. Ooh. All right, Anthony. Okay, there we go. Very nice. And now the double box goes up top. Very good. Very good. Here's Professor Oak. Imposter Professor Oak. Here's Snorlax. Here's Umbreon. Here's Kingdra. And here's Psyduck. Good. Mr. John Paul is next. He says 10 of the Korean electric breakers. All right, you got it, man. So, electric breakers. Here they are. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you guys are enjoying the stream and ever thought about placing a purchase, it's not too hard. Try out our website. It's pinned in the chat. If you don't like websites, you can do it the old school way. The old school way is like this. You go to the description, look for what you want to buy, add it up, and then send money to me direct over Cash App and PayPal. Real easy. Then I get an email for that, okay? So that's how you make an order. Oh, oops. We love getting first-time orders. Here's Pikachu. You should have an Elgato Stream Deck and have Quip do live segments of her artwork. Yeah, she was working on some drawings today. I saw her work on a Snorlax. And then I saw her work on a Why Not as well. She likes Why Not for some reason. All right. But PokeWeb would be top. AwfulWeb will be grateful for you. Anything you and would do anything for you. Anything you say. All right. I need you to go pilfer someone's panty pantry. Here's a cold one. A lot of peas. Togi Kiss. Come on, Mr. John. We've got Sandcastle. That's a cold one. Oh, Cerulege. You got a little Cerulege. What? What is this? All right. Well, that was really well worth it. That was exactly what you wanted. Look at that, everybody. He makes that look like that just pops out all the time, doesn't he? Whoa. All right, little Crown Pikachu out of 10 packs, huh? Not bad. Okay, here's this. Oh, here's this guy, and here's this guy. You know what's crazy to think about? We often put the Korean packs in the jumbo pack break, and that means had a couple more jumbo pack breaks gone off, there was a chance we would have reached that Pikachu, and then somebody would have pulled that Pikachu. But of course, that's true for all the packs in the mega or the jumbo pack break right now. So any of those packs could have that super luck. There it is. All right, very lucky. Did you have a bag? He says I have a bag. Okay, we're gonna get your bag. Already good luck. That's the top pull tonight. Oops. That is the top pull tonight so far, guys. What do you think of it? What if we kept the top pull on the table? Would you guys like that? Would that be fun? Of course, we'd have to mark it so that there's no confusion. Yeah. All right. LMAO Mark, don't worry. Oh, Tammy, I'm sorry. Here we are. Here, let's leave this up on the table. This is the top pull tonight. Hot. Good. What is next? I see a couple orders in the queue, I think. It's Saturday. You guys having a good Saturday? It's Memorial Day weekend. What are you guys doing on this Memorial Day weekend? Obviously hanging out with me. It's Tam. What's up, Tam? How's it going, Tam? I've never seen that Pikachu. Here's Mark J. Valerian. He says, give to Tammy because I'm a simp and it felt like a bad round for her. For 15 more packs of Pokemon Korean Electric Breaker. Wow, that's crazy. He ordered 15 more packs. And so Tammy just barely missed the crown. By some chance, Mr. JP Geraldo had ordered the same exact product, but he had ordered first. Wow. So close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got to go get more electric breaker. I'll be back. Well, Tammy can still pull a good pull. Let's see if she does. It's like that's not the only pull in the set. That's why he was saying that, because he understood how close it actually was. All right. I gotta be careful with this chair, man. I got these Mickey Mouse slabs by the wheel. How are these looking? Okay, good. So he knew how close it was. Good. Chris is crying. How much for grading on a Pikachu? You can send it to PSA for 45, or you can send it to CGC for 28. Oh, and there's BGS as well. Wait, I lost count now. All right. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. Wow, wow, wow. What a crazy round. CGC is only doing 28 and there's no upcharge. That's right. CGC is cheaper. Yeah, PSA is more expensive. I don't know about upcharges. I can't think of CGC doing an upcharge. Are you ready? So this is 15 more free packs from our friend Mr. Mark to our friend Miss Tammy. All right. I requested a legal name change from Joseph to Josephine. This. All right. Snip of that. Okay. Oh, yeah. Cold. Crocodile. Cold. 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 Doug Trio. Ooh, look at that Doug Trio. Boop. All right. Here's Slay King Slay. Here's Togi Kiss. Cold. Cold. Durant. Yamask. That's not his name. Profagrigus. And Pikachu Crown. I never get good cards from the English packs. Well, the English packs cost so much. You got to open millions of dollars worth of them to just get a couple pulls because they cost so damn much. You know what, Mark? It's really the thought that counts. I'm sure Tammy really deeply appreciates this very, very much. Thank you, man. All right, we can't detract from John Paul's good snipe. I don't even think he was trying to snipe. I mean, he didn't know you'd placed that order even. He was just opening some packs. I mean, maybe he saw you open some and he thought that it looked fun. All right, so this shall go over here. Another $45 brings you up to 190. All right, that's 190. 190 plus 150, everybody. All right, here's Eddie Mendoza. Now, wait a second. We're going to put, here it is. Let's go ahead and put Mr. Mark on this giveaway. Tonight, we're doing $40 purchases go on to the giveaway. It could be 40 or more. There it is. Good. Now, Eddie says, can I put towards my slab away? Can I also put my 2 poker slabs that I won from the live customs in consignment? It was a Zapdos and an Abra PSA. Okay. That sounds good to me because we need lots more of these consignment cards right now because I am so low on slabs. Consign. Abra Zapdos, right? So I know I need to grab these 2, and I know I need to potentially grab 2 cards for Mr. Javier as well. John, I'm going to go ahead and move this up to your baggie now. So cool, man. Oh, wait a second. You're not up top like that. You're in the regular box. All right, you got a good baggie now. Some good stuff. Pull this whole box out just to put this bag back in here. How are these bags doing? Are these expired yet? That's almost expired. Bought this one. No, they're not that expired. So those are, but they are getting older. I gotta clip this. Hell yeah, dude. All right. All right. All right. So PayPal queue is clear. Empty. Let me hit refresh on this. We got the Mega Break, Rapidash, Houndoom, Saji, and Misty's Tears. Good. Now, I'm hitting refresh on the website. Let's see what's going on with the website. So on the website, we have another order for Riftbound Unleashed, 10 packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 packs, Riftbound Unleashed. The Shining Tyranitar is beautiful. He is. He's a really good break. Okay. Snipping this. Snipping this. Ow, my finger. And snipping this. Okay. Good. What do we got? Were you able to answer my question about the OP13 Japanese case? Oh, what'd you ask? Do you know if anything for the case of Japanese OP13 has been pulled? So I actually cannot remember. But besides that, we actually can't talk about that anyways. I did say that there wasn't anything crazy pulled out of the OP13 English, just because I thought that that was really nice. But I actually do not remember if anything's been pulled out of the other one, genuinely. And normally we don't talk about that anyways. The Japanese cases work kind of differently from the English cases. So, like, I think in the English case, you can have multiple hot pulls, right? And I think in the Japanese case, it tends to just be one big pull, and that was it. We are? All right. Kind of like asking, we call it searching. Is it a good case or a bad case? All right, there we are. Very good. Here's some of these. Heading off now at the Ballerina Club. You're at the Ballerina Club. Also, will Pokemon cards become cheap again? I think they will. I think they will. It's a matter of time. They'll become cheap again. Here's Diana, no longer human. Uh-oh. That's okay. I would still hit, even if she's not a human. Here's Ultra Soft Puro. Here's Alpha Strike. Whoa. Not to be confused with Beta Male Strike, which probably wouldn't even hurt. Probably like getting hit by cotton candy. There's an Alpha Male Strike. Women. Ready? Don't get married, bro. Make sure to have some oddish. Here's Hui. Here's Scorn of the Moon. It's a hot case with nothing pulled. It says Mr. PDX. See, I don't know if he's telling you the truth or if he truly knows or not. Okay. And we've got Deceiver, Rengar. Oops. Very good. All right. Boop. Now, we'll go ahead and slide these in here. That's all for you, Mr. Anthony. Thank you so much. Anthony's really active. He's a new guy, and he has just been hammering these Riftbounds. I was hoping we would get a restock on Riftbound Spearforged tonight, but we did not. Actually, am I mistaken? Did I see some of those Riftbound somewhere? Yeah, actually here. So I found this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 of the Spirit Forge right there. So there's some more of the Spirit Forge. And oops, do I have one in this baggie? Sometimes I have one in the price baggie. The price baggie is like for showing off new stuff. No, I don't have one in here anymore. But these were $9 a piece last time I checked. Was it 9 or 7? No, I can't remember. No, the Unleashed is 7. These are 9. So we have 4 of those if anyone wants them. I hope one day to live the king mod life like yourself. I work in a laboratory warehouse. I work on machines, clean machines. It's a small company, but usually a lot of work. Cool, man. I was watching videos about how computer processing chips were made. It was really neat. Chip fab or something like that. All right, all that stuff is really interesting. Production, production. We need to make things. A little bit of pollution, but that's okay. All right, so what do we got? Oh, we've got an order from Joseph Smith. Last order in the queue. 3 more other shuffles and 1 Trump. All right, 1 Trump card. You got it, man. I haven't heard much political news recently. Let's see. Nothing real exciting. Like the war in Iran, that was pretty exciting. Not in a good way, but it was like, it was like something to pay attention to, right? Lately, and nothing really crazy has been happening. Here's this. Eddie. No big scandals for like 1 second. Okay. The stock market's humming along. If the stock market ever crashed real hard, that could affect Pokemon prices too. That could put a big damper on Pokemon cards. Here we are. Here we are. So as long as, whoa, look at that boobage. As long as the stock market is chugging away, remaining relatively high, that's a very good sign for Pokemon. Here you go, Joseph. All right. That's Joseph Joya. Where is your Donald Trump phone? I don't think I have one. Joseph Smith. Secret Service killed a guy who shot. Oh, right. That man. There's so many of those stories that it's like I don't even think about him that much anymore. Yeah, so some dude got shot and killed by Secret Service. It was a gunman who apparently like unloaded a whole bunch at a Secret Service checkpoint. What was his motives? Was he a killer or was he just crazy? Was he homeless? Like was he an assassin? All right. Whew. Spratty. So 3 more other shuffles. Let's get them. Come on, man. Come on, baby. Maybe a pissed off vet. Yeah, who knows? 3. 1, 2, 3. He's dead now. Remember that from Bill Gates? 3 cold ones. Well, he's dead now. Do you regret going to the island? Well. All right, there we go. Breathe through my nose. I think we're caught up on orders. We need some fresh orders tonight. What's up, guys? How's it going? Happy Saturday. What are you guys doing tonight? We got, look, Roaring Skies and Team Rocket. Very good. Roaring Skies getting a little more expensive. Let's check out how many people are in these. So here's Roaring Skies. You ready? Roaring Skies has 5 spots, 6 spots done. 6 spots done. Roaring Skies. 4 spots remain. Okay, 4 spots remain. Roaring Skies is almost done. It's only $6 a spot. So then we have the expensive booster. That's for Team Rocket. 4 people in there. All right. Vintage is the best, guys. You know, everyone's buying modern, but there might be a lot more of it than you think. Everyone's hoarding it. But you know what? There's not a lot of this. There's no way there's a lot of this left. Definitely rare. Just saying, enjoy it while it's this price because it could get much worse. It will get much worse. I can say that with extreme confidence because I've already seen it happen. All right, we have the box break. Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 5 people left in that Final Fantasy box break. Love to see that go off. Getting closer. Second chance slab. Oh, yeah, we're getting closer to the end of the second chance slab, too. That's kind of cool, huh? So, how about picking a card out for a. Is this mine? This is mine, huh? This wasn't Javier's? I mean, was this Javier's? Shoot, man. I suppose this could be mine. It's an R, right? And I was rotating my Z cards. Yeah, this is probably mine then. I was going to pick out some cards for maybe like some gym breaks, right? We got to get some gym breaks. Did the Cleaver finish? The Cleaver giveaway? No, he's still not done. Isn't that funny? So it sounds like he has claimed to be both Jesus and Bin Laden. Are you going to buy SpaceX stock? Nah. Not that I am against space travel and all that stuff. It's all really cool. I just don't know if the price of the stock will be related at all to like the earnings of the company. So it just seems sort of like a meme stock, 1000% a meme stock. And I just don't want to mess with that. You know, I'll probably do buy another Pokemon card. That's probably what I'll be doing. I sold a Pokemon card tonight. Do you guys want to see what I sold? I know you guys like to see what I've sold because that's kind of a fun thing too, right? Obviously, we sell a lot here on the table, but sometimes I sell stuff on eBay, and I got 2 sold eBay items, and I want to show you because it adds up to $4,400. That's pretty good. That means I didn't even have to go live tonight. I can just count that as, hey, we're done. You know, I got my sales in, and it's kind of crazy. Like that tells you that you don't need a YouTube channel to make a lot of card sales. Check this out. So you guys probably remember this one poker card selling for 500. Remember the Roaring Skies Rayquaza went for 1.4. Remember that? I was out here telling you guys that he was underpriced. All right, now these two have sold. $400 Black Label Hello Kitty. Tammy, I think you have one of these, don't you? I think you do. That went for 400, so that's good news. That's good news for you, Tammy, because that means it's definitely worth that much. And then this card right here. So this is $4,000. This is a big one that sold. Cardos Dragonite. I almost wonder if I undersold it. It's just a really good slab. I really like it, but it did have kind of an old label, old cert. And I'm a big Cardos fan, but this particular artwork wasn't like something I felt that I had to hold on to. Oh my dear God, this app is terrible. All right, the app's just broken. All right, but you saw it, $4,000. Wow. So I could just call it a day. You know, I've made $4,000 in sales. What's cool is the Dragonite was purchased in the past for about 1,100. That's the cool part. I have the trio. Yeah, you're doing good, Tammy. That's probably worth like $1,200 together. Black labels are doing well. All right, so let me go to purchases. We're going to type in Cardos Dragonite. Okay, you ready for this? So here he is. That's the same card purchased 3 years ago for $1,175. Sold today for 4,000. Not bad. That's like more than triple. What's that, like 3.5x? Something like that. All right, let's see if we have any new orders today. Did you hear about the Garden Grove evacuation? That was in California, right? And it was something like chemicals or something got released in the air. There's always something like that going on. They're gonna give you like popcorn lung and cancer. Isn't that crazy? That's why people don't want they don't trust those big giant data centers because people are like, you're gonna poison the water, you're gonna cause our electric bill to go up, you're gonna emit like smoke and all this crap. Like, what are you gonna do? Next up, our new friend Eduardo. Hey, what's up, man? He says he wants a Dragon Ball SBO2 manga booster. He wants 3 of them. All right, you got it. Anything for you, my man. 3 of these. Oh, let's go ahead and snip. Black labels always do well. Yeah, they always do well. You hear that, Tammy? Yeah, I sold a black label Mario poker card for like 250, and I feel like an idiot for doing that because I swear to God that card should have sold for like 400 as well. And so I think I seriously undersold that card. I don't know what I was thinking. I let him put it in a slab away, and then it was sitting there, and I'm going, why do we price it so low? But he already had it. I was like, all right, whatever. All right. You couldn't really claim it was like a major misprice incident because it was such a, it was like a card with no history. Here's energy marker. It was a unique item, so I had nothing to base it off of. That was the problem. I didn't really know how to value it, and I clearly undervalued it. There we go. Could have listed that up on eBay, tested it out. All right. Very nice. Hopefully, we get some more black labels. I heard that BGS is getting an increase in demand because black labels are selling for so much money. After that Mew, I don't blame them. What do you guys feel about black labels? I feel like they're pretty cool. I think that they might be overpriced if you're going to spend like a quarter million on like a modern Mew, though. It is. And here's this guy. Just got some Mario Panini. Oh, nice, dude. Mario Panini is a lot of fun to open. Yeah, we've had that on the menu for like over a year, I think. And when we ran out of it, I just ran off and restocked it because I thought it was so cool. I thought it was such a good set. So we always, if you guys really look at the menu, I bet you there's stuff you've never considered opening. Maybe it's been there for a while, but that just because it's been there a while does not make it a bad set. We got all kinds of interesting stuff on the menu that you might be interested in trying. That's kind of one of the reasons we started the jumbo pack break because it gives you a chance to see some other sets get open for once. A lot of the times people just open whatever the so-called best set is and whatever the latest set is, you know what I mean? And so you overlook a lot of stuff in the middle. The thing is, what would you rather have? You know, you open up the best pack, maybe it's Ascended Heroes, and it's just a cold pack. Or maybe you open this, like B tier pack, but you actually pull a hit out of that. You know what I mean? So you'd be surprised where your best luck comes from. You often think your best luck's going to be like Ascended Heroes. Then you open a pack of something like Steam Siege and pull a chase card out. Actually, I heard that a Steam Siege Infernape holographic just sold for like 10K or something, didn't it? Whew, hoo-wee. Was it 10K or was it 1,000? Might have been 1,000. All right, so here's Frieza, and here's Son Goku, and here's Android, and here's Energy Marker, which is pretty cool. And here's Gotenks and Mecha Frieza. Hey, these are some big orders, Mr. Eduardo. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. These Dragon Ball cards, they used to be so cheap. Crazy how expensive they've gotten, right? All right. Just got some Mario. I love BGS. I like the black label. It sounds like it's kind of up in the air. Basically, there's a tank of methyl methacrate used in plastics. The valves in the tank are inoperable. At some point, it will spill or it will explode. Ugh. I'm hoping they clear it out before August. This is the cost of living in an industrial economic slop zone. You know what I mean? Like you're just there to, have some chemical plant there, and it's just like they're never going to build that in like Malibu Beach or something like that. You know what I mean? Like they're never going to build that kind of stuff where people actually want to live and it's gorgeous and oh, it's the elites. They're not going to build that in Switzerland. You ever seen like a meadow in Switzerland with like the valleys and the hills and the peaks and the mountains in the background and the little rushing water and the flowers? They're not going to build a data center there, are they? So annoying, isn't it? All right, delicious. What's next? But I don't know. Stuff's got to get made, so it's got to be put somewhere. We're gonna delete these real fast. We have a Tyler Ferber order. Tyler Ferber, he says for one live custom, one Chinese gem, two. Tyler Ferber, one Chinese gem, two. I think we're gonna need a new box of Tyler. You'll drink your data center water, and you'll like it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, master. Yes. All right. Let me grab this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm saluting. Boink. Oh yeah. Okay. Now it's all about Gem 2, huh? Ever since 151, Surprise went way up in price. That was the price of 151 for a while. The 151 Surprise. We had it at a high price for a while. Then it came crashing down and started selling real well. And now it's right back up. But that's because we don't know That's gem 3. This is gem 3? Oh, gem 2 is going to be like the Umbreon. All right, good catch, guys. All right, we'll put that back in. Stop! Stop the count! Was that a dice? Stop the count! There we go. I still remember that election, man. Trump was winning by a slim margin, and then like 3 a.m. rolls around, and whoop, he loses real bad. Then all the conspiracy theories start coming out. Oh, they stole it. Put that back over there. All right. 1 gem 2. Hold on. I got it. All right, so here we are. That's gem 3. I only get massive hits from your channel. What? Nice, man. We do get a lot of massive hits. You think it was stolen? No, probably not. I think that what happened was a lot of people did the mail-in voting, and Trump told people not to do mail-in voting, so conservatives didn't do it. And so, at some point they started counting all the mail-in votes, and that caused the spike. That's what I think happened. Here's Mr. Tyler. Um, what I did learn though is that it's very easy when you're doing mail-in votes. It's very easy to claim that they're fraudulent. So that alone makes election integrity very tricky because you can start to say, "Hey, all those mail-in votes are fake," and people might actually believe it. It's like, wait a second, how do we know that they're not? So I think that that's kind of a flaw. It's a weakness. Oh wait, Tyler Ferber, you got your own box, don't you? Let's put this over here. The other thing I would say is a lot of Republicans didn't agree to that system. So it's like if you're playing like a board game and someone makes up a new rule, mail-in votes, unsolicited mail-in votes, where people receive a ballot in the mail, and you say, "Hey, I don't want to play," I'm the other team. I don't agree to this rule change. And the people who set up the rule change is your opponent. And then you lose probably because of the rule change. You're going to have a whole bunch of people that just don't believe that the game was fair. They're going to say it's rigged, right? So that's part of the issue too. It's kind of like if Republicans changed a rule in one of the elections, a rule that seems to benefit them, and then what do you know? They win after the rule change. You know what I mean? I think it erodes the democracy a little bit. But yeah, it's been a while since all that. We are. So I don't think it's as big of a deal now. But it makes you wonder how future elections should be hosted. Seems like a very strange system, very outdated and avoidable. One live custom as well, Mr. I need my snipe. One live custom. You got it. You got it, baby. All right. One snipe. Tyler Ferber. Sorry about that, Tyler. I'm going to put you on the giveaway too, okay? Mail-in ballots should be illegal. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There it goes. Yeah, it got me thinking, it's pretty easy to just claim that all votes are fake, right? Like, it's weird. You have to have some trust in your government to believe in the outcome of an election because I'm not going to sit down and count every vote with my own eyes. That means someone else is going to tell me the outcome, and I just have to have faith in that and be like, yeah, I believe you. So it's very important that the American people have faith in that system. We are. Very important that we have faith in it. Because if we ever didn't have faith in it, it would really undo the election system. All right. Yeah, they got all these concerns about fake, machines that can be hacked, fake ballots. Okay, so this shall be for you, Mr. Tyler. It's an interesting subject. What do you guys think about it? You guys think that a machine has ever been hacked in an election to give it to the other side? There it is. That was actually the plot of the Netflix show Ozark, right? I'm living in Lake of the Ozarks. That's where the show is based off of. And one of the big plots in the show is the bad guys were putting software into the voter systems that would accidentally flip the vote to the other team. That's kind of a big deal. Here's Mr. Hathim, 9 of the Riftbound Unleashed. Hathim is next, and he wants 9 of these. You got it. In EU, you have to go in person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think I've actually heard Republicans state that. They say even in Europe, they don't do like mail-ins or something like that. Are you ready? If you think about it, it seems like it would be very simple to just mail in ballots using information data breach. Yeah, I would say people have probably the lowest faith in any structure or system that they've ever had. You know, you've got like the Minnesota fraud, the hospice fraud in California. Um, Politicians on both sides are very deeply disliked. So it's like, you know, the data centers. Does anyone here trust billionaire corporations to have your best interest in mind? Hell no. So it's like, even if they tell you, no, 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 that's okay. We can keep the water clean. We won't cause your electric bill to go up. We won't emit a bunch of garbage into the air around you and give you cancer, popcorn lung or whatever. Even if they told you that, you just wouldn't trust them because there's no more trust. Nobody trusts anything anymore. You don't even trust the videos on your screen anymore. And or the journalists so called, and they've got all these conspiracies, and some of the conspiracies end up being true. So you just don't know what to trust anymore. Trust is at an all-time low for sure, man. Here's Rengar. Ooh, we got Fury Rune. It's Furry Rune. Do you like Massey? Um, who is Massey? Wait. Massey. Oh, he's the guy who just lost. He's the guy who just lost in Kentucky. I know I recognize this name. I don't honestly know much about him. I'm betting he voted against Trump one time or twice, and then Trump said, okay, we got to get rid of this guy. Here we are. Prad Stalker. Here we are. And here's, let's see, we got Alpha Wildclaw. Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't really pay too much attention to any of that. The only thing that I found interesting was that Trump really wanted a different guy to win, and then he did. And he was like some nobody that nobody had ever heard of. And he unseated Massey, who had been in Kentucky for like 12 years. I think it was like 12 years, right? Those seditious starlighters, always trying to undermine our God, Homelander, our Lord and Savior, Green Father. Here we are. Why not just make me president? You can trust me. I promise. All right, Isaac for president, guys. Let's get it done. Can I say something about new season, or is it too soon? Um, Probably not about the finale, but you can say stuff maybe about the other episodes. But I would say keep the finale under wraps still because it's like it did only come out like a couple days ago, right? So the finale is only a couple days old. I'd say give more people a chance to watch it. We still have the boys booster packs, guys. We opened we opened a lot of that. I can host another the boys box break if you guys want. Here's a Vex. Whoa. Vex kind of rhymes with sex. That Pikachu is around 200 USD on eBay. Which Pikachu? All right, Mr. Thim picking up a Void Reaver. There it is. I don't know if you did well in this round. I don't know what it looks like to do well in Riftbound Unleashed. I really don't. Does the boys have relic cards? Oh, it's got good stuff in it, man. It's got all kinds of funny stuff in it. They've got these action figure cards. They got metal cards. They got numbered cards. They got signatures of the actual actors, and the signatures can be numbered. I was hoping somebody would pull like a signature of Homelander, and we have not done that. In fact, do we have a box of it right next to us? I think we do. We are. So here it is, the boys. We did a couple box breaks on this. We can host another break if you guys ever wanted me to. It'd be $40, 1 and 4. Whole box, the boys. Otherwise, just go buy some booster packs. We got them on the menu for $11 a pack. All right. Did that for you guys because it was such a fun show. I think the show makes fun of Republicans a lot, but I think it was okay. All right. I thought it was actually really funny when he did the taking Elon Musk to space. And then Elon Musk actually hated on the show. Elon Musk actually later tweeted about that. That was funny as hell, man. You forgot to apply my order of $40 to my Subway. Oh, hold on. Let me look into this, guys. I'm so sorry. Give me a second. I haven't had a Snickers bar in a while, so you know what it is. Towards my slab away, can I also put, oh, because I was writing all that stuff down. You're right, I forgot about that. Sorry about that. I'm not myself when I haven't had a Snickers bar. So you have Cardosard, and it's going to come down by $40. $620 remains. Thank you very much, man. Sorry about that. All right. So hit them is taken care of, and now we have you had those Snickers ice cream bars? You know what? I've never had one of those. I've never had one of those. Eddie Berto, let me get you on this too. It looks like I never put you on here either. So you're supposed to go on here. All right. Thank you so much, man. I've seen them at stores. They came out years ago, and I've never had one, I'm pretty sure. We have an order from Mr. Anthony, and he wants 7 of the Super Mario Panini. All right. You got it, Mr. Anthony. I never had those ice cream tacos either. You know what I'm talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're like Choco Tacos or something like that. Are those good? Never had one. I miss ice cream from the ice cream truck. We had an ice cream truck come down the road the other day, which is really shocking out here because Lake of the Ozarks is not densely populated, and there are 0 children on this road. I mean, there's like 2 kids on the whole road in this subdivision. This is an old people place to live. Karis and I have learned that we have like, oh, look at that. That's kind of partially opened already. Huh. Must have just fallen apart. Um, Here's the deal. Young people can't afford lake houses. So everyone around us is like 60, 70. So there's no children. There's no adults that we can hang out with that are our age. It's kind of sad, actually. All right, I'm gonna give you a bonus pack because that one's open. I'm sure it just fell apart because well, actually, oh, looks like something went wrong, actually. Huh. Yeah, something went wrong with that one, clearly. You can have that pack for free. Do you still sell the whole box of 152 surprise? I noticed there's no entire box price. Yeah, that's still for sale. It's times 15. I just took it off the menu. You have to do a little calculation. Here it is. Times 15 of $12. It's really pricey. Still a really good set to open. Still a chance for that Gengar Pikachu, which is a really expensive card now, everyone. All right, so this free pack includes all the cards. Appears to be nothing wrong with it. So you're just going to get this for free. That's a good gift. That's like $7 or something. Here you are. Here's, ready? Hockey Toad. Good. It's Saturday night. Here's Daisy. Dang, it went up. I missed my $90 boxes, but I love that the Gengar Pikachu, so I'll keep trying. Yeah, it exploded. So I was basically, here's what was happening. I was getting a source of those really cheap from a guy who had wholesale imported them, and I had gotten him off of eBay and into private conversation. He had a website, and so I got him off of his website. So he has this website. No one's ever going to find the website. It's his website's like my website. It's like a website no one's ever going to go searching for. He has to tell you that he has one, and then you go, "Oh, okay, I'll go to it." So on his website, he has a setup where there's no tax collection, and it was just cheaper because it was off of eBay. And again, he was doing a wholesale, so I was just getting this much better price, and he was just liquidating. And so now he's completely out of those, and we got to go back to the secondhand market where they're actually quite expensive again. So that's where we're at now. But that's why I was telling you guys, I was saying, you got to buy these up, guys. These are great priced. And you guys did. You opened a lot of them to your credit. Here it is. We got this golden card. All right. We pulled a lot of alt arts and a lot of full arts. We never did pull the actual Gengar Pikachu. I think we opened like 2 or 3 cases of it. So we opened a couple cases. So he must be hard to pull. I mean, that explains why he's getting so expensive because he's not easy to pull. All right. There we go. And Peach. All right. I've heard people say that he's very hard to pull. Got a golden Yoshi out of there. More than 6 months waiting time for PSA grading. Who knows, dude? Who knows? You know, PSA in the past when oh, I have a little bug on me. Summertime, guys. In the past, when Logan Paul had his whole thing happen, PSA got into a bottleneck that turned into like a 1.5 year wait time. I'm not exaggerating, 1.5 years. So we don't know how long the wait time's going to be. That's why tonight I just sent off a CGC submission. I get this beetle off my freaking table. No, dude, he doesn't want on the energy card. Come on, get on the energy. Okay, this is good enough. Into my trash can you go. All right, there you go. He's gone. I just throw this away. So, anyways, I just sent out a big submission with CGC. Kind of just junk, by the way. I just sent my cheap junk cards, like my B tier cards out, and we'll see if any of them turn into golden cards. That's great. But I also sent in some of those regrades. So I'm really hoping some of those regrades turn into 10s. You guys, Silver Donkey Kong. So some of those regrades went out. Some of them are really big regrades. And if any of them get like a pristine 10, huge deal. Even just like 1 or 2 of them getting a pristine 10 would make it well worth the money. So now we got to get it mailed out probably on Tuesday. And we're probably not going to see it for 3 to 4 months. Okay, so it's going to be a while before we see the return. But we're investing in 3 to 4 months from now. That's what we're doing because we don't know what our supply is going to look like. Notably, I have not been able to make like a title huge PSA return in a while. And people know, I'm not getting these big returns for like 2 months. And I think it's literally affecting us. I think we're not getting, it's always better for your channel, your YouTube channel, to have lots of big slab returns. Pink Yoshi, I love it. Get big slab returns, fresh product, exciting new products. People want to see the returns. So it's always good to have those things. And we're just not getting those things right now. And I think our channel is very slab heavy. So we kind of rely on those big returns to make the channel. But there's that bug again. He's back. He flew out of my trash can. He must be flying toward the light. There we go. All right, Pink Yoshi. We got Femboy Yoshi. Very good. Silver and Gold Mario. Very good. Do you own a Playboy Trump 10? I do not, because I kind of figured one of you guys would pull one and just sell it back to me potentially. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm it's a very speculative card, so I don't know what to think about it. And when I don't know what to think about a card, I just kind of chill back and don't worry about it. But if you told me the card was going to jump up in price significantly and that I could buy it cheaply, I probably would. But if we had a 10, I could probably host a break on it as well. So I think that would be very funny because what we could do, you could buy a $40 spot with the chance to own it, or you could buy a $40 spot and say, if I get pulled, drill it. PSA needs to open up more warehouses. Well, it's very difficult because PSA, just like 2 years ago, probably was receiving, like month over month decline. In 2023 and 2024, the card hobby was kind of in decline, right? It was in a freeze. Nobody was grading things. Pokemon card prices were falling dramatically. Nothing was making anybody any money. And so PSA was probably still getting a lot of business, but they're probably looking at their projections going, okay, well, we got enough people. We may even need to lay off some people. Now it's the other way around. So, with PSA, it's very cyclical. It's very cyclical. They probably get like these really big booms and then they get busts as well. So they don't have enough people in the booms. And in the bust, they probably got to lay people off. It's probably tricky. Here's what? Look at this. It's Toadette. And Super Mario. There it is, Mr. Anthony. Thank you so much, man. He got all these Mario cards. This was $56. Look how many gradable cards he received. Actually, every single card is gradable. Did you know that? So if any of these grade 10, that probably pays for the whole order in one card, assuming you could sell it on eBay or something. Yep. That's why Mario's on the menu, everybody. It's a good set. Like, see, this is textured. Bony Beetle is a textured card. So any one of these cards, if it got encapsulated, will have a fancy enough feeling that somebody would probably pay some good money for it. All right, and there's a little Mario as well. Good. PSA needs to open more warehouses. All right, so there we go. I'm so tired of coughing, guys. Can you guys make the coughing stop? It like hurts my brain. When you cough too much, your brain hurts. It like shakes your brain, like shaken baby syndrome. There it goes. Hey guys, what's up? Happy Memorial Day weekend. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Hope you guys are having a great night so far. What do you look forward to? What you want me to add on the table? What do you guys want to see with your eyeballs? All right, Ant Pan. A little short, little nickname. Do I want to send my Pikachu and wait a long time for PSA? Maybe. It's up to you, man. It's up to you, baby. Anthony, you're already on here, okay? So you got a spot. That's good. Mr. Jesus, the math says the odds of pulling that Gengar Pikachu is 1 in 2,427. I guess it's smarter to just invest in the PSA 10. You could. I don't know. I mean, somebody's going to pull it. That's nice, Mewtwo. Javier, if you're watching this, if you cut me deals on this Clefable and Mewtwo, I'd probably be more open-minded to just buying them outright. All right, what we got? As a business. All right, so we've got Mr. Thim, 4 Riftbound Spirit Forge. So you're going to take the last 4 of those, which we noted we had. Oh, yeah. Riftbound. And 5 Riftbound Unleashed. You got it, man. Unbelievable. We're selling out of the Riftbounds, guys. I'm going to have to place a restock order on Unleashed any minute now. I wish Tag would open up. Yeah, Tag has slowed down too, man. Tag has slowed down. Let's see. We need more Unleashed. Now, those were the last 4 Spirit Forged that I just kind of dug up. I kind of ran into them and I said, oh, I didn't know I had them. And then we're going to get more of this Unleashed. But I think we have like 4 boxes of the Unleashed left and then we're sold out. Watch the Burrows with Karis. I'll watch something sexy with Karis. How does that sound? All right, let me go grab a box. All right, here we are. Rift Bound. Ooh. Okay, watch Euphoria. Is that a sexy show? All right. Buy my consignment slab for 60% store credit. I don't remember what you have. You got like a Slowpoke or something? I was watching some King of the Hill again. I don't know how I got sucked into that show again because that show, it's not always good to watch. Like you can watch it and get burnout really fast. But I think I was just like scrolling YouTube and I got like a best moments of King of the Hill. And I turned it on and it was so funny that I said, I got to watch more King of the Hill. That show's so funny as an adult. As a kid, I didn't understand any of it. But as an adult, it's so much funnier now. That was the best 30 bucks I spent today. Hell yeah, dude. That's why people enjoy opening boosters because sometimes you get really lucky. Yeah, snipping this. You just never know when, you know? All right. Mr. Watch Mating Season on Netflix. Mating Season? What are you talking about? All right. We got, woo, Scuttle Crab. Scuttle Crab. Here's Bone Skewer. So we're into a fresh box now. Mating Season is a new show about the creators of Big Mouth. It's so messed up. Here's Yumi. What? Man. Raunchy comedy, huh? All right. Very good. Deceiver. All right, so we got the Deceiver. Very sexy. We got Kha'Zix. All right, Kha'Zix. And we got Shard of Undoing. We got Sprat Queen. She a queen. All right. Where am I going with that? All right, I'll watch whatever Tammy tells me to watch. What do you want me to watch, Tammy? Ooh. Ooh. You know, we ought to host that we've never done before. We ought to host breaks on like, no, we've done this. We have done this before, but we ought to host breaks on cards that are like not graded yet. That would be fun. All right, here we go. We've got Void Burrower and Forge Fire Cape. Ooh. Perfect Crown. All right, I will watch Perfect Crown. What's Perfect Crown? Is that an animu? You know, Kirsten and I haven't watched a good animu in a while. We're out of shows to watch because, you know, we watched season 2 of Fallout, and then we watched the last season of The Boys, which was fun. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. Tammy, I can't just watch girls dancing on Instagram. I gotta watch something real, you know. It's a Korean show. It's not bad. Is it like a boy girl love kind of show? We are. Put this over here. Very nice. The Burrows is supposed to be the next Stranger Things. How's that? How's it supposed to be the next Stranger Things? Yeah. Is it because they got annoying 80s music and then people doing like, what if this is the link between dimensions? And what if this is the spring that goes between the dimensions? And if we go up and down, that'll join the worlds. Some more of that. By the end of the last season on Stranger Things, I was rolling my eyes every time someone had a bright idea. Like if one more person has a bright idea and they explain it in some sort of like caricature with like kid blocks or something like that, my head was going to explode. It has monsters, a fallout shelter. What? Let's grab Mr. Athim. How about that last season of Stranger Things, guys? I'll check it out after the stream. Okay, grabbing this. Mr. Athim. I don't know if what you were looking for was in there, Athim. Mr. Will my Pikachu be sent out next week? You have you have the express Pikachu, and he'll probably be sent out within a couple days. I just had to get something else done first, you know. I gotta make sure I get some of my stuff done. All right. Perfect Crown is like a monarchy was still a thing in South Korea. It's basically like royalty versus the commons. Oh, I see. And do the commoners ever fall in love with the royalty? And they get all smoochy? I'm just a commoner, but I'm all rugged and tough and street smart. And you wouldn't understand because you didn't come from the poor, but I did. And you're just a rich elite snob. Ooh, I don't like that you call me a snob, but it turns me on. Here's Psyduck. Is it one of those? Here's Semi-Poor. Semi-Poor. Here's Dragapult. Pretty much, yeah. All right. There's Meltan. The most insane coming out plot I've ever seen. Then I saw it's Netflix. What? Okay, we'll get the SpongeBob. Okay. Let's take a picture of this. Okay. Welcome to the coughing stream. Wow, it's so bad tonight. I'm just trying not to cough the whole time. All right. I hope this ends soon so I can go back to feeling like a normal human being. Here's the doodle. Here's Meltan. Here's Psyduck. All right. I don't like girls. All right. What's next? The scene wasn't even well acted. He was like overacting the whole time. He was like, I. It's so unrealistic from how it would actually go, you know? All right, let's see what's next. I don't like girls. We know. Next up, we got Danny Diaz. What's up, Danny Diaz? He says Riftbound Unleashed ×5. Whoa, you guys are seriously going to make me go buy more of this in like 2 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boop, 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 boop. According to AI, 3 to 6 billion is spent on alcohol every Saturday in the U.S. Yeah, you're going to have a little drinky? Danny Diaz. Alcohol, you know what the doctors say about alcohol? Makes you younger, smarter, prettier, faster, stronger, smarter. Did I mention younger? Have a drink. Come on, have a drink. I'm off it. Have a sniff of this. Yo. What we got here? We've got, ooh, Evelyn. Oh my, Evelyn. Here's Katerina. Virtuoso. Ooh, it is I, Virtuoso. Whoa. Here's the cat, Frisky Hunter. Smoke and Mirrors, Curtain Call. Whoa. Whoa, he's looking kind of like the Curtain Call guy. Here's, this is for you, Danny Diaz. Thanks for the order, Danny. After this, let's show off all the slabs in the Pokey Shuffles so that people know what's in the Pokey Shuffles, and then we might do the live customs too. All right, there we go. Cranberry juice helps my coughing. Does it really? Nuh-uh. Scorn of the Moon. All right. Danny Diaz, I hope you got what you're looking for, but it didn't look like it. I think you need textured cards to hop out of these packs. Textured card, where are they? So, I feel like Danny Diaz's bag would be over here somewhere. Playing Tony Hawk Project 8 on the 360. What? Danny Diaz, do you need a new bag? These DA boxes are getting overfilled. Damien, David Velez. Are these expired? No. Let's see. Okay, we have David Morales, Daniel Garcia, David Penna, David something, Desharna, Dante. I think you're getting a new bag. Is that right? All right, new bag. Danny Diaz. Oh, yeah. Tonight, if you place a $40 order, you're going on the giveaway. I ordered for the first time on the 22nd. Did you get cards though? Did you get like a baggie of cards, or did you have like a slab? Let me keep looking. He might be in this overflow box. The D boxes are notably pretty full, so he might be over here. Ah, here he is, Danny Diaz. We had to put you in the overflow box. The other boxes are full. All right, all good. Got it combined. There we go. Very nice. There's a lot of people with a lot of bags. What we need to do actually is get some of these out of here. What do you think of the new Fed chair? Is he a Trump ally? I don't know. Have you ripped much of the OP14 Japanese? I feel like that's the same question. I feel like you're asking me if the hit has come out. We are. Here's Pikachu. Here's Mewtwo. Here's Aerodactyl. Here's Snorlax. Here's this really lovely Tyranitar, by the way, guys. Take a look at that. Good. And here's Misty's Tier 7. And Team Wacket. And McDonald's Ralts. So I'm going to take a picture of these, and I'm going to pull them down. Trump nominated him. So I imagine Trump picked a guy who's going to keep the interest rates low, which is what every president wants to have. Every president wants low interest rates. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Now, how about showing off that Pokey Shuffles box? You ready? Trump said he wouldn't have gotten the job if he didn't want to cut rates. Oh, that's crazy. All right, here we go. This is what's in the Poke Shuffles. We got Scolipede AR, looking great, from Pokemon Black Bolt. Classic Suicune, Coughing 10. Rocket Zapdos 10. Charmeleon. Umbreon. Okay. It's a pretty full box, first of all. We got Slowpoke, Raichu, McDonald's Pikachu, pretty good. It's really nice looking Raikou. Here's a Meowth, Dedenne. This is 2022 Mew 10. Here's a 2022 V-Star Latios. Primal Groudon's in here. Wow, that's a hit. That's a $100 hit. So Rattata, classic collection. McDonald's Fuecoco from the Burger Chews collection. Wow, Haxorus, which just looks amazing. Okay. Latios. Gengar 10. Electrode. Beedrill 10. Wow, that's cheap. That should be like 150 at least. Here's Bulbasaur. Melodic. Here's a holographic Umbreon. Here's Iona. She could have gone into the Waifu shuffle. Charizard 10. Gyarados 10. Kangaskhan Vintage. Another Gengar. Here's a Braviary. We got Charmander. Chespin 8.5. He's from XY. Ooh, this is English Raikou. This feels underpriced. Here's Feraligatr. And here's Articuno 10 from the Classic Collection. That's a hit. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And then finally, what do we got back here? We've got a replaces Cubone. I don't think this is in the box. That's my theory. I don't think this is in the box either because it's just never been pulled. And then here's a Venusaur Generations. That might be in the box. I'm not sure. I have a theory that those were somehow pulled out of the box or something. We are. Or maybe they were never added. Who knows? No one's ever pulled that replaces Cubone card. I really like the Cigarette Charmander. I could host a break on it, but I'd want probably like $4,000 for it. Think anyone would join that? I don't think we have enough people. All right, there it is. So now you've seen what's in the Poke Shuffles. Isn't that nice? Just wanted to show you guys that because, it helps you understand what your odds, like what you're going after. That was a lot of slabs, wasn't it? It was a ton of slabs. All right, what's next? Hit and refresh. Well, put it in there, banger. The Cigarette Charmander. He is one of the cooler cards that I own. I got some really good cards, man. Look at that Shroomish. We're going to put these cards away. This needs to be put away. That needs to be put away. Ah, there he is. Cigarette Charmander hanging out right in the special card pile. Yeah, he's cool, man. Charizard. Pikachu could be put away. This Pikachu was supposed to be a break. I bought him. I thought I bought him for like 300 or that, or we graded him. Maybe we graded him. And at the time, he was going to be like $400 break or something like that. And if I recall correctly, maybe maybe one of you guys remembers too. Base set Pikachu. Maybe one of you guys remembers too. If I recall, I did set him up to be a break, and then nobody nobody bought in. Nobody. And so as a result of that, I pull him back down, and then all this time later, he's $1,000 card. So there's a story to this one where you guys should have jumped into that break and you just didn't want to. You're like, I don't know, not my cup of tea. It's like, dude, this is a very good card, and I'm offering it to you guys. We got Azumarill, Shroomish. This is XY Fates Collide Japanese Tyranitar. Pretty cool, huh? He's not very expensive, but I'm not selling him. I'm adding him to my collection. And then these two go in the Rocket Returns box. Let me go put these away. Rocket Returns, baby. All right, wait a second. There's Rocket Returns. I'm supposed to have a Tyranitar box somewhere. I don't see it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. My Tyranitar box is full. There it is. I have a full Tyranitar box. How cool is that? That's a good feeling. I'm a big Tyranitar collector. I really like that card. Wild that the Mew sold for 140K. Did he? I thought he sold for 90. He most recently sold for 90, right? Excuse me, right? Let me have a drink. I remember when you were selling silver dialgas like hotcakes. I was selling the Japanese silver dialga. That's correct. All I had to do was hold them. But I always remind myself this. I sold those for a profit at the time and rolled that money over into a different card. So this is how we reached the point of having enough money to buy something like this, or having enough money to buy something like this. So I made a lot of decisions along the way. And eventually I used all my spare money to buy some really high-end cards. And those were the right choices at the time. So, there's a lot of cards I had to give up to reach this point. eBay shows last sale 140. I think it was actually 190. Mister, it's past time for a new table mat. Is it? I mean, it does look a little worn. Any swirls on these? I don't think they can have swirls. Yeah, I don't think they're designed to have any swirls on them. All right, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Anybody placing any orders? What time is it? We've been live for 2 hours now. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. We got time for another hour, right? Let the good times roll, guys. Place a $40 order. Get yourself on this giveaway tonight. Here's Peter. Hey, what's up, Peter? All right. Peter, how do I pronounce your last name? I think it's Peter Collin. Peter Collin, what's up, man? All right, 2 Ascended Heroes, 2 151 Surprise, and 1 Journey. You got it, man. Let's put this together, everybody. Peter, are you new? You have to be new because I didn't know how to pronounce your last name. Peter Collin. All right. Very good. Mr. Peter. Grab this. Grab this. Any bounty on pulling the Crown Pikachu? No. The bounty is that you get the Crown Pikachu. That is the bounty. We are. I never understood bounties. They make no sense to me, really. Because the reward is the card. That's the reward. And so we do a different kind of bounty. We do the second chance bounty. Here it is. It's called the second chance bounty. This is for people who do terribly poor while trying to pull something. So if you get very unlucky, you get a bonus. Instead of, one guy gets really lucky and then on top of that, he gets extra stuff. We do it the other way around. We say, hey, if you get really poor luck, we're going to give you a free one or a chance for a free one in this case. Can we see the live custom suit? Yeah, I'd be happy to share that with you. I think that's invigorating to see all the good cards in there. Bounties make me feel like cowboy or lumberjack. Do they really? What do you mean? Bounties make you feel like a lumberjack? It is. Does it actually make you feel like you're chasing after something? In my brain, that doesn't work on me at all. When I hear the word bounty, I go, the price of the bounty has been cooked into the cost of the booster packs. You know what I mean? That's what I actually feel. I go, this guy's earning too much money, or, there's like a certain feeling I get from it. Like, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. For example, let's say I were to create a bounty where if you guys pull Crown Pikachu, you get a bonus card, right? Well, then it would be better for me to dilute the booster boxes with poor quality searched packs to reduce your odds of ever pulling that Crown Pikachu. I'm actually incentivized to do that. Have you ever thought about that? When I add a bounty, if I don't raise the price of my packs along with that bounty, well, then I'm incentivized to do something to stop you from actually pulling heat. I don't want you to pull heat because then the bounty's over and I got to get a new one. Right? So you're actually setting up a conflict of interest between yourself and the seller, where the seller is incentivized to make sure you don't pull the jackpot now. He doesn't want you to pull a jackpot. He loses money if you pull a jackpot, especially if you pull it too fast. You ever thought about that? If you pull too hot too many times, he starts to actually lose money. He can actually go negative. So this is the problem with bounties. And sellers are clever, man. They'll think of something. They might be like, you know what? Let's get a bunch of Garbo product and mix it in with the good product, and I'll slow down the rate of pulls so that I can cover my losses on the bounty prize. Stuff like that, you know? All right. But those are my thoughts. And I'm not saying everybody does that. I'm just saying it is an incentive system where they don't want you to do well now because that's bad for them. Because that bounty's not free. The bounty came out of their pocket. So now they're incentivized for you to not pull hot. It's just bad. I don't like it. All right. So 151 Journey. But what we do is we each month we're giving out a second chance pull, and it's very steady. It's not based on RNG. Like for example, uh, remember Mr. LaFlame? He pulled 2 Crown Pikachus. Well, if he did that, I would have gotten killed because I would have owed him 2 bounty prizes, right? But this second chance system is just a set amount. I can expect it to be there, and I just pull it out of my income, and it's the same amount every time. So it's a better system, and I can continue to focus on getting you guys the best possible hot packs that I can find, which is kind of my mission. Here's Ghastly. Don't trust the mystery bags either. Yeah, the mystery bags. No, I feel you. I don't know if they ever claim what their odds are, but you can't truly ever see their odds. You can't. And that's what's so good about our breaks, our mega breaks, stuff like that. Like here's the mega break. You know the exact odds, 41 over 10 over 12, or in other words, 401 over 12. You can see the exact odds. You can see it live. You're never going to get tricked or cheated here. On mystery packs, they can claim to have a certain pack pull rate, but unless you watch them with your own eyes stuff those booster packs, you don't know if they actually are following their own numbers. They might be lying about their numbers. So there's no way to verify it. That's a fact. And do you think that these companies have a incentive to sell you a bunch of fake numbers about what you might pull? Yeah, of course, because if they claim you're going to pull a Charizard X number of packs, but they can quietly or secretly double the number of cold packs in the system, in the lottery system, well then they make double profits. And then you think you're getting a good, odd, but you're really not because they've convinced you it's a good odds, but it's not good odds. So those are I'm not saying again, I'm not accusing anyone of doing this, but I'm saying it's if I had to guess, it's probably rife with those kind of issues. Like why the hell not? Why wouldn't they want to trick you? You're just no run. You guys hear about all of the dummies on Whatnot. There's some dumb people on Whatnot, like the guy who you pulled there's the Umbreon VMAX Alt Art. I gotta pull this off screen. Oh, it was just a Glaceon, right? Like that guy's an idiot, right? He's just stupid. He's a thief and he's stupid. You're gonna catch stupid thieves over time, right? They're gonna make a mistake. What do you do when a thief is actually really smart? Uh-oh. He's just gonna steal from you for a long time. That's it. He's gonna claim that he's got a great price. He's gonna claim you got good odds, but maybe he's already pulled. Like for example, one time I was going out into the market to buy a case of it was called the Ninja Spinner set, right? And I went to a guy and I bought a case because I needed a quick case of it. And then I looked at his other items, and he was also selling the Ninja Spinner chase card, like a couple of them. And I immediately thought, where did he get those? He opened the product. That's what he did. So I was like, cancel my order. I was like, I'm not buying this from you. Ooh, we got a little crimp pack up there. And he was mad too. He didn't want to cancel it. But I saw that and I said, cancel the order. I'm not buying these from you. You open the product. You go through these products and you pull the chase card out. And so, trying to source, hey, look at that. One card, one snipe on the journeys. Look at that, guys. He pulled the oddish in one pack. That's so fun. Trying to source somebody who you can trust is so nuts these days. There's so many scams just all over the place. It's really it's relentless because there's so much money involved here, and people just want to cheat you and they want to get rich and they want to have endless amounts of money so they can buy even more cards or whatever it is they do with their money. I don't know what they do. Maybe they're doing lines of cocaine off a hooker's ass or something like that. I couldn't tell you. But there's so many people who do not mind doing crime unless they get caught. Like there's 3 types of people in the world, guys. There's people who will do crime no matter what, and they're the worst people. You got to get them in jail. And that's maybe hard to hear, but I'm so confident in that. There's a group of people where they're just always going to do crime and they're not scared about the consequence. They're not scared about getting caught because they're dumb or something. Then there's people who will always do crime as long as they don't get caught. So if they know they can do it without getting caught, they'll do it. This is like that jerk who got filmed at Target and he was using like a fingernail on like the sports packs to determine if it was like a fat pack or something or like a patch pack. He's just an asshole, but I guess actually technically that guy got caught, right? He got caught on film. But there's probably so many people using techniques like whatever, like metal detecting or something like that. Metal detecting. You actually have to wonder about people using CT scanning on vintage packs too. Isn't that wild? But there's people who will cheat you all day long as they know that they're not going to get caught. So that's the second group. The third group is people who just won't do it because they think, you know, in an ideal society, I just make money from working hard and that's it. You know what I mean? This guy doesn't cheat me and then I don't cheat him and we produce a wonderful society because we worked hard and produce stuff, which is like, is laborious and boring, but that's the good high trust society. That's the good system. That's the best system. You want to live in the high trust society where everyone just kind of follows the rules, gets all your work done, and then things are nice. you know, you don't have to worry about getting stabbed in the back or all your things being stolen or scammed out of your hands. And then you can just do trade and business and everything's kind of nice. So that's the third person, somebody who was, even if he could get away with crime, he's just not going to do it because he doesn't believe in it. So those are the three people I think you run into in society. Somebody who always does crime, somebody who does crime when he knows he's not going to get caught, and the third person who just doesn't believe in doing crime because he thinks, to live in a good society, you have to have two people that both don't believe in doing crime. That's a good society to live in. Here's Mr. Peter. I think this is his first order, Mr. Peter. Did he pop in here and say hi? I don't think he said hi. All right, let's see. Good luck, Peter. Mr. Peter. All right, let's see. That sounds like a nice fantasy. Well, yeah, it's a tricky thing, but I don't think society ever quite get it perfect, right? So it's never quite perfect. But you can get a society that's pretty low in crime, society where crime's almost gone, but not quite. All right, here you go, Mr. Peter. Appreciate the order, man. Might be his first time order. So first I write your name down on the bag and then I write the date. I'm going to do one new thing we're doing. I'm going to put your name on the top of the bag too. It makes it easier to find. So this is a new thing we do for certain bags, like bags in the P box, because the P box is so far away. That does sound like a nice fantasy. Here's the thing, though. I'm that kind of person. I just won't break the rules because I don't believe in breaking the rules. I don't like to. And I'm looking for somebody who I know is truly like me to be my neighbor. I want that. I'm looking for a neighbor like that. I want neighbors like that. Somebody just like me. I would want to be my own neighbor. And then if I could just surround myself with that, I'd be living in a good place. You know what I mean? That'd be a good place to live, anyways. Let's get Mr. Peter on this giveaway right now. All right. I like your oddish. We like to grade oddishes before 420 comes around, and then we sell them on 420. Isn't that funny? And they actually do sell. All right. But there you go. The three people. What do you guys think of that? Who's next? Throw this away. Let's see. Refresh. Wow, TCC, you guys might sell the other lake house. Yeah, well, if Missouri does not become a no tax state, they need to become a no tax state because we're staying if they do, we're leaving if they don't. That's what it's all about. Javier Arroyo says, "What's up, Mister? One spot in the Rocket Pack. You store credit, and the Rapidash is mine." Ah, see, I thought it was, so that's why I kind of kept it there. Thank you. Yeah, I thought it was. I was looking at it, going, I don't know. There it is. Good deal. We got that fixed. All right, updated. And then, and I think that's the only one because I didn't see any others that seemed like that. Now, you like to use store credit, and he wants a spot in the Rocket Pack break. Heck yeah, dude. 5 people in the Rocket Pack break now, everybody. 5 people. Yeah, $78 there. Hey, there's 67 people. We just hit the views bounty. Good job, guys. The view bounty was 67 tonight. Hey, there's 72. Look at that. We're blasting past it. So let's hit 78 minus 54. Since I don't want to do the math in my head. Minus 54. 24 remains. There it goes. Yeah, like the guy who recently scammed me with that sandstorm pack, huh? That was pretty bad, wasn't it? And I don't mean the guy who sold it to me, because that guy actually kind of gave me a little refund, a small one, anyways. It wasn't the full value, but the guy before him who actually repacked it, just a nasty guy, huh? He doesn't care. Oh yeah, look at those pack breaks. 5 spots already in here, so there's only 5 spots left on Roaring Skies, and then there's 5 spots already in Team Rocket. 5 spots remain. Javier. You guys voted yes for a drawing contest, huh? The other day. Yes on a drawing contest. How should we host that? What should the prize for the drawing contest be? Like, why are people getting involved with the drawing contest? What's the motive? Other than having some fun. Like, if I hosted it and there was no prize, I'm sure people would join it anyways. But what should the prize be, and how should we pay for the prize? There we go. Maybe the prize is that I get to keep your card that you drew and sell it at my own interest. And then your guys are going to collect like $100 maybe prize money, maybe 150. I've thought about what you're saying a lot, and I think that the only way to really have a high trust society is ironically through AI mass surveillance with instant punishment for criminal behavior. Yeah, and what the surveillance will do is that'll deter the people who only do crime if they believe they won't be caught. So that'll deter a lot of people. See, that's what I meant by the 3 groups. Some people follow the law because they know the police will come get them if they don't. Some people follow the law because they just don't want to live in a society where people are, attacking each other. It's like it's not enlightened to be that way, you know what I mean? And the last group is, even if you do have cops, they still break the law. They just don't care. They just get caught, and they're very stupid. And those people are the ones who commit like murders on a train or something like that. You know what I mean? Like somebody who just like, what's wrong with you? Like, why would you ever do that? You just threw your whole life away. It doesn't make any sense. It just like thieves who would just steal right in front of everybody. Like, why would you do that? You're just gonna get caught. You're not even good at it. You're not good at stealing. If you're good at stealing, you would do it in a way that doesn't get caught. Come on, dude. You know what I mean? Next up, we got an order from boop, Justin Sipe. Hey, what's up, Justin Sipe? Pretty sure I need a bag. Been a while. I recognize that last name. All right, so he says 2 packs of English White Flare, 1 pack of English Ascended Heroes. All right, here's the Ascended Heroes. White Flare. Okay, you got it, man. What if the criminals and Mormons are tight together? Free drawn Karis card. 10 to 20 admission fee. Winner gets a small prize. They're drawing TCC graded to keep put on consignment. They are. Let's see. Let's go grab that white flare. Put this here. And let's put this here. All right. We got 1 and 2. Well, let's think about it. Who's involved in a drawing contest? The artists are involved, and the audience is involved. I'm involved because I have to do work. So there's 3 parties involved here. Here it is. All right. Let's go ahead and get the giveaway active at this point. Since you guys hit the view bounty, let's get the giveaway active. Good job on that, guys. So over here, this is the Brandon giveaway. You have to type in Brandon to get onto the giveaway. Speaking of which, Justin Sipe's getting on here. Welcome back, Justin. Nice to see you again, man. Let's say we live in a reality where AI can predict whether or not someone will commit a specific crime. Should AI be a preemptive punishment? That was the plot of a movie with Tom Cruise in it called something report. What was it called? My finger. I can't remember the name of it. It was an okay movie. Let's snip this. And let's snip this. All right. Minority Report. You're right. That's what it was. Justin Sipe. Here goes. He's got, whoa, a Master Ball on your first reorder. Here's Zebra Striker, Samurat, the little Master Ball. Here's Watch Hog, Cottony Terrakian, and last but not least, Looney Tone, Vanillix, and Loan Executor. All right, so mostly hollows. Not a surprise. There was only 3 packs. Back in my day, Mr. Justin, these have been $5 a pack. Those were different times, Justin. So here's the Gothita. Back in my day. Grabbing this. All right. What movie should I watch, Tammy? Is there any good movies for me to watch? Put that there. I'm going to go watch a lot of K-dramas after this stream. I'm telling Karius we got to watch all the K-dramas. Justin. Sipe. 6.26. Ooh. Ooh. I think for me, understanding when I've met somebody who will always break the rules, break the law, you know, be like a criminal, that is something that I've like, I think I learned that from my childhood. And it's something I've learned to like detect essentially. It's one of those things I carried away from my childhood because I had a very bad childhood. Ooh, there's that Pikachu break. Look at that. So I'm a very sort of maybe a little pessimistic, maybe a little doubtful, but maybe a very vigilant, maybe hyper vigilant is the right word, kind of person where I'm expecting somebody to be kind of a bad guy, you know. Let me write the C on this. I got your name on the back of this one. Maybe it made me a little hyper vigilant living in such a rough family. And I learned that from my siblings. With 11 siblings, you get a wide variety of personality types, all from the same 2 parents, by the way, which is one of the things that started me out in life so interested in stuff like DNA. Like, how can we all be so different from each other, but we're all just the same combination of 2 sets of DNA? So we're all very different from each other, personality wise, looks wise. Like, I had a sister who was blue eyed with blonde curly hair. And then I had a sister who was like dark brown eyes, dark brown hair, brown skin, like Filipina kind of thing, right? So experiencing that told me a lot about DNA. I was like, wow, we're just DNA. And but personality wise, I had a brother, and it just stayed with me so strongly. I had this brother, and there was just no way to reason with him ever. You could never reason with him, and he was just kind of a bad dude. He was just like wanted to steal your stuff, wanted to get into the food, broke all the rules, didn't do what he was told, and there was no amount of reasoning that would ever, and not just reasoning, but let's say punishment that would ever change his mind. You couldn't reason or punish him or anything. He would just become more stubborn and be like, "No, I'm going to break all these rules." And so that kind of thing is very fascinating now to me as an adult. And there's like little things you can detect in a person when you're talking to them or when you're hanging out with them or just like in the way they behave or the way they, you know, kind of display themselves that kind of give it away. You know, that's one of those things that stood out to me because when you're in such a big family with so many children, you almost build like cooperations, you build alliances in such a large family. And what you discover really quickly is some kids are very fast to set their ego aside or set their arrogance or their pride aside in order to cooperate, in order to get some kind of goal done, like cleanliness, or maybe you're trying to sneak into like a dessert together. Maybe you're, you know, like sneaking outside together, like some kind of rule break. And there has to be like a certain level of trust to pull it off, right? So whatever it is you're doing together as a group, there has to be a certain level of trust, a certain level of cooperation. You know, like there's a hierarchy, there's you put the group above yourself. These kind of ideas are ideas that play out in society too. So I was experiencing that as a kid and meeting siblings as they were growing up that just were totally incapable of it. They were always out for themselves, strictly, always. And then some just took delight in like being horrible. And I don't know why anyone would be that way. Here's Tammy Lowe, 5 Unleashed, 1 Final Fantasy Collector Booster. Collector Booster. Collector Booster. Oh, you mean the Magic the Gathering packs. 1 Final Fantasy MTG. You got it. Yes, ma'am. Did he hit his head when he was young or have his oxygen cut off in the womb? No, so I don't think he did. Um, I don't remember him having any particular like childhood physical. Well, actually, I would have been quite young. So if something happened to him when he was very young, because he was close in age to me, so I was only 2 years older than him. So it's possible something like that could happen and I missed it. But yeah, it was just a really fascinating thing, and every sibling was different personality wise. Some were more nice, some were more mean, and some were really high on the mean scale. And I just, you just learn certain things about them. Like they don't really care about consequences. That's what really stands out. They just don't. They don't care about whatever the punishment's going to be. You can't scare them with the punishment. And those are a very good sign of who's going to cause you trouble. Somebody who's like, they only care about what's going on. It's like they're locked in their own head. They don't have a concept of who the victim is. Like there's a victim who's suffering because of your actions. And so they're locked in their head. They don't experience what the victim experiences. So, you have like a sibling who hurts another sibling, and it's like they don't realize they're causing the other person pain, or they don't see it from their eyes, or they're just not capable of it, or they just don't care for some reason. It's like it's not a priority for them. They don't have that, like it doesn't matter to them. There's no philosophy to it. It is. They don't have a philosophy. They don't have a belief system. There's no belief system. And a person like that's really quite dangerous. You know, that's the kind of person who's like that third group, the group that'll always do crime, even if they're being watched, they'll still do the crime. They're like, I'm going to do it anyways. It's Miss Six. The Squeak Squad's here. All right, Tammy Lowe, you ready? All right, Tammy's coming in with the order. Thank you tonight, Tammy, for placing this order. Let's see if we get you a big hit out of these Unleashed packs, because I'd love to see that. We got Frigid Jewel. We got Keeper of the Hammer. We got Honey Fruit. We got Order Rune. Ooh. Mistress, the back in my day voice, and the wife of the guy from the South Park talking about the Loch Ness Monster. Back in my day. Oh, man, I can't do that voice right now. I'm coughing so bad tonight. I can't do any voices. They have no empathy. I don't know if empathy is quite so like I know what empathy is, right? Empathy, sympathy, compassion. We got all these words that are about being able to see from another person's perspective, right? And then being able to feel bad for that person or wanting to help them, whatever. This is almost like they're locked in their own head and you can't get to them. There's no reaching them. And that's what it is. Because even a bad guy might have the ability to have empathy, but he's just bad. Like there can be a bad guy who has an ideology, and that's what makes him bad, but he has the ability to feel empathy. You can have a bad guy who, uh, you can have a bad guy who's not trapped in his own head. He knows what he's doing is wrong, and he just really likes it, or he's addicted. He can't control himself. There's like different types of bad people. But there's a type of person where they're in their head and the whole world is being filtered through their brain and their eyes inside of their mind, right? And it's like they're stuck in player one. And there are no other players. Everyone else is an NPC to them. You got the order ruin. Look at that. So I've I've experienced that as a kid, running into this like sort of archetype of a person or personality type where there's never going to be any amount of reasoning where you can reach this person. They're just always going to be bad. They're just always going to be like deeply selfish or, you know, incapable. Like they don't have the hardware or something to see you or see the people around them. And I think that those people end up doing a lot of harm in society, especially if they're ambitious or aggressive or, they don't care about pain. They have a very high pain tolerance. Like that's scary. Somebody who's locked in their own mind and has a very high pain tolerance, yeah, there is bad news. Here's Excalibur. Ooh. I've seen Excalibur a lot from the regular uh Final Fantasy packs. I'm trying to think of the Opus packs. Here it is, Excalibur. Battle at the Bridge. Ooh. All right, there's Kefka. Here's Zanarkand. Zanarkand? Ancient Metropolis. Balthier and Fran. I probably sound like I'm very interested in this subject. It's because I am. Here's Snort. One of the most fascinating things of all to me is sort of like how our personalities are decided for us when we're born. We don't think of ourselves that way. I think because the brain has like this thing it does where it gives you an identity, but that's all mechanical. Like that's just your brain creating an illusion of identity. The identity was predetermined for you by your DNA. Here's Primal Garuda. Here's Garnet. Princess of Alexandria. Here's Capital City. Here's Giat, King of the Dwarves. Here's Queen Braun. Sahajan, Magitech Infantry, and Adventurer's Airship. Ta-da. I know people just like that in my family. A lot of my family is very intelligent. Most of them just always will take the easiest path in the short term. I've always thought it must have something to do with the lack of longer term thinking. I don't know what it is, dude. But so I would have like siblings who are very considerate. They're thoughtful. They're charming. They're pleasant to be around. You know, they apologize. They thank you for things. They can detect how you're feeling. And then I had siblings who lacked all that hardware. They just couldn't do that. And instead, all of their thoughts were sort of like being put through this filter of how does this affect me? How does this affect me? What do I want? What do I want? And that was the only thing they could do. They couldn't do anything else. Real selfish, like deeply selfish. And then, you know, you just need to add a little lack of fear of consequence and high pain tolerance, and you got just a real crazy person at that point. It's like, oh yikes. Here's Excalibur and Excalibur. I don't know, Tammy. I think that was a tough pack of I to guess. Tammy. All right, there we go. I think about that sibling and some of the other siblings a lot. You know, they're just memories from the past, but they left, you know, big experiences in my mind. There we go. All right. In my family, you had to navigate all those things very well to sort of survive it. You know what I mean? All right. Very good. Miss Tammy, thank you so much. Let's get you on the list, Tammy. And let's get some of you guys on this list too. Okay. All right. So this is filled up to 16. You guys have been typing in, Brandon? What do we got? We've got your boy Russ. All right, Mr. Russ. So wait, what were we up to? 16. So this is 17. Your boy Russ. Number 18. We got Tyler TSL. All right, we got 2 more spots to hand out. Very good. All right. I suppose, you know, when I talk about these kind of things, maybe it could make me sound kind of like standoffish or arrogant or something like that. But I have a deep fascination with these subjects. I do. I try to understand the reason I operate or think the way that I do. Here's Miss Six buying a pack of Ascended Heroes. Miss Six. Okay. I try to understand the world. Let's grab this. All right. My big fascination these days, because we're talking about subjects like, oh, data centers and stuff like that, right? AI. I think that we're not even close to the golden age of humanity. You know, like humans at one point, they had no refrigeration and they had no air conditioning. So you must imagine by the time those things got invented, we entered like a new age just because of those 2 things. And then television came along. Whew, that must have been a big friggin' deal. One day humans had televisions. Like there was a time before televisions. I almost can't imagine it. Like you would have to have been from that time period. Kind of like people who grew up in the 90s. I grew up in the 90s and I know what life was like before internet. There was zero internet. And so it's like you almost had to be there to know exactly what it felt like. It was a different society entirely. Everyone behaved differently. They were softer spoken. They were more, you could be more affectionate with each other because it was not very sexual. There was no sexualization of it. It just wasn't that sexual or weird to be like, you know, like shaking hands or like a hug or like, hey, what's going on? You know, it didn't mean anything because everyone was so much more socialized and normal back then. Now we're all so stuck on our phones and separated from each other. And we have social anxiety. Yeah, so there's a different society. So there must have been a time before televisions. There must have been a time before refrigeration. There must have been a time before air conditioning. We must have just been a totally different animal at that point, right? Before these human comforts that we invented. You have to think these inventors changed the world. It's just a small percentage of people invent stuff. Very interesting. It makes you think about who matters the most in society. Not necessarily the richest people, but the inventors probably matter the very most. Anyways, I'm talking about all this because I'm talking about an invention that humans are not doing yet that I'm totally obsessed with. It's a subject of total obsession for me because I find it so fascinating, and that's human engineering, human DNA engineering. As a society, we have not reached the point where we got like designer babies where we're like selecting the DNA yet. At least there might be a little bit of that going on, but it's not happening at scale. The government's not doing it. Corporations aren't really doing it that much. Imagine a future, okay, where you got artificial wombs, like test tube baby wombs, right? And the government just selects DNA for like, okay, we need soldiers, okay, we need engineers, okay, we need construction workers. And they just kind of like assemble certain DNA pieces that they know are associated with brains that are, okay, so we're going to put spatial skill in here. We're going to put, creativity, whatever it is, right? Or maybe you can just like optimize your baby. Okay, I want my baby to be 6'4". He gotta be a big dick baby. He's gonna have like huge brain. He's gonna have like the chiseled jaw. He's going to be a D1 athlete, but also he's going to be maybe you can just kind of take all the best DNA from around the world and just put that into some sort of weird, I don't know, like some weird baby that you've made by pulling DNA, all the most desirable DNA from all these different people. I'm not a DNA expert, so I don't know how that would exactly look or work like, but if we are completely made out of our DNA, and I think we are, then you should be able to hobble together this sort of like jigsaw baby of all the very finest pieces of DNA from around the world. And we've never done that before. And I think when we can do that and replicate it over and over again and just like factory create humans out of an artificial womb, humanity changes forever at that point. At that point, it's like a video game baby at that point, right? When you play a game and you like spec your character, you give your character all kinds of good qualities. You don't like, you don't spec into alcoholism. You don't spec into I'm a loser who can't hold a job for 2 months. No one specs that in the video game. You don't spec into make me ugly. Well, I shouldn't say that because sometimes people do that in video games for the fun of it. But you get my point though. In a video game, you're specking all these good things into your character. You have like control over your character. You optimize your character, right? We don't do that with humans yet. Right now, it's just random. Right now, it's just up to random chance. Like my siblings and I, we were all random. And that's something that's been that way since the beginning of time for humans, but we're getting very close to the point where it's going to be a baby created in a test tube like a jigsaw with all these fine pieces of optimized DNA, and you're going to say, well, give it 10 agility, give it 10 hunter eyes or something like that. You know what I mean? We want the cantle tilt or whatever the stupid term is. So there's going to be this point where you're going to be able to like edit your baby like the way you edit your character in a video game. And the reason that's such a big idea is because we're just thinking of that in terms of couples. What happens when corporations or the government can produce babies in an artificial womb using DNA or stuff that's been donated or purchased from selling your sperm, selling your eggs, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So what happens in the future when we got all this running? This is a big idea, right? But society is now pumping out these optimized humans, and they grow up, and now you can just flood your society with lots of extra humans of a particular strain that you like. It'll change everything. The whole world will look very different very fast. Here's Mark Kaplan. He says, "Hey, what's up, Mark? Two Black Bolt Korean. Let's start there. All right, all right. Two Black Bolts should have been in here. Why didn't I see it? Sounds like you've been playing Fallout. Well, I don't know about Fallout. I didn't actually play that game. I played Fallout after the Fallout TV show came out. I played one of the Fallout games because it was like cheap on the Xbox Marketplace. I played it for a little while and I got bored and I didn't think it was very good. We are. Whoa, we need a new box, it looks like. All right. So let's get you a fresh box of the Korean Black Bolt. And then also we're gonna get two Heatwave Japanese. That's the way it's all gonna head because it's what makes the most sense. And by the time humanity invents all that stuff, by the time we got it running, it's going to be such a different society. It will look so incredibly different. You know, let's see. Society will have a tool it's never had before, the ability to edit humans themselves. And we've never had that before. We are. Ooh. And if you could do it at scale, you could create literal societies from your science experiment, from your, from your calculation. And so this would be like engineered humans, humans engineered. All right. 2 mega symphonias, 2 heat waves, 2 black bolts. I'm going to go get a fresh box of the black bolt. I'll be right back. All right, here we are. I'm ready for Netflix to hire me so I can make my Black Mirror episode where all that comes true, but it's like dystopian and creepy. There will be no race then. Here we are. Oops. There probably still will be race, but it'd probably be like, it probably feel different, Race used to be tied very strictly to culture. And culture and all that was like, the creation and the success of a particular people, right? Like Japan has a culture. But by the time you got engineered societies of humans, you're going to lose that connection. And they're going to be like some new, I don't know, like Star Wars clone army kind of thing. Have a very different feel about them. We are. All right. But yeah, there might be some mixing and matching that makes the baby look very different. Actually, that's a great question. So like if everyone could design what their baby looks like, what would their baby look like? Mark Kaplan. Snipping this. Probably one theory about that would be to look into, algorithms today to see who's the most beautiful people on earth. And I bet you the babies that get engineered would end up looking closer and closer to that. Here's Muna. So maybe there would be less diversity in general because people would all be able to finally edit themselves to look more like a movie star. Ooh, Lilligant. There we go. And here's. But yeah, so I think by the time humans are, you know, editing their own DNA and choosing exactly how their baby comes out, I think it's at that point that we enter more into sort of like the golden age for humans, so to speak. Not that times are all that bad right now. I mean, we've got cell phones, Pokemon cards, cookie cakes. My wife apparently likes cookie cake. Wow, you know what? The Black Bolt packs were good. You got the Moon and the Lilligant from the Black Bolts, and then the Japanese packs gave you nothing. All right, Mark Kaplan. I think that a society like that could end up creating a lot of people who think similarly and could kill diversity of thought and thus innovation. That makes some assumptions. One of the assumptions you just made there is that um, diverse people do all the innovating, but that's historically not true. Almost all the innovations occurred between the UK, Germany, the US, and Japan, and now China as well. So almost the entire world's history of innovation came out of just a few small places. All right, let's see. Mr. Mark. Now, maybe there's a reason for that, or maybe it will change over time. But the vast, 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 vast majority of those inventions came from just a few groups of people. Because in the time that most of those inventions were being made, what's notable about the United States is the United States had a genetic, you know, map that looked a lot like what? The UK and Germany, anyways. Maybe a little France, maybe a little Italy, you know what I mean? Maybe a little Ireland. All right. So, something about Germany and the UK, they just invent everything for some reason. And then Asia contributes quite a lot as well. What was this? Let's change it to music. All right. Here's Miss Six. Oh, six. Six of the Mega Symphonias. You got it. So you must be talking about Japanese Mega Symphonia. I'm glad you're opening this because we actually need to open a lot of this. It seems I bought a bunch of the Mega Symphonia for some reason. A Filipino invented erythromycin. Have you been to the UK? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. I've never been to the UK. I'd like to go to the UK. Actually, I'm not lying. I was looking up places in Scotland today because I am technically my last name is a Scottish last name. I took a DNA test and I'm pretty mixed though. I'm like quarter Filipino, quarter British, and then it's like quarter Irish and Scottish. And then I got some German and some like I guess like Swedish, Norwegian stuff going on. So I'm pretty mixed. One, two, three, four, five, six. All right. Very good. Ready? So, but anyway, since my last name is a Scottish last name, I think about how interesting it would be to go on a vacation to Scotland, or maybe even to have maybe like a vacation home in Scotland or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, as an American, I don't really have much of a heritage thing going on over here. Like I don't know. There's being an American. I don't know. It's not like I don't know how to describe it. Like it's not an ancient history to it. You know what I mean? America's a pretty young country. So there's no ancient history over here. So when you use a term like my people, you don't really know what that means. What does that mean as an American? My people, like the Americans? America is this very fast transforming country. It's very good at economics, very good place to get rich, a lot of opportunity, freedom. It's great. But when you get down to sort of like where did I come from, you almost have to trace yourself backwards to another country. And I think a lot of Americans actually do that. Maybe Hispanic Americans, African Americans, Asian Americans, and then European Americans as well. I think they end up looking back at these other countries that they might have come from. So for me, I'm looking at it going, all right, maybe the UK, right? A little bit of Irish, a little bit of Scottish, a little bit of British, right? All right, here it is, Miss Six. Mr. An ethnic alpha. What's Quip German? Karis is like 50% German. She's super German. And then she also has some British. She also has some Scottish. So she's got some Scottish British. And then she has a little bit of Eastern European, believe it or not. Like she has some, what do they call it? She has Baltic and then like 3% like Russian or some kind of thing like that. They call it Eastern European. So they define between Baltics and Eastern European, but they didn't specify Russian, I guess. Here you go, Miss Six. It's kind of interesting. She's sad about what Putin did. She used to romanticize Russia a little bit. She liked Russia a lot. And then ever since Putin started this war and got all these people killed, she feels really badly it would be difficult to go over there. It'd be difficult for Europe and Americans to be friend with Russians and all this. And there's risk of, I don't know, maybe getting kidnapped or who knows. So, you're not supposed to go to Russia right now. So it's kind of messed up. I worry that we as a society could inadvertently rid ourselves of family units, bonds, inheritance, identity. Hey, mister, can I request packs to be kept sealed for shipping when I buy? Yeah, we can do that for you. If a country or a corporation could control the reproduction of a society, they would hold incredible power. But that's where it's going to go. See, that's my conclusion. My conclusion is it has to go over there that direction. By the way, it's not lost on me that we haven't seen any new people in the Pikachu or the Umbreon break. I'm going to pull the Umbreon break down. I don't think he's popular. No Umbreon break. He's bad. He's bad and he's ugly, and no one wants him. Gold Star Umbreon, stinky as hell. Let's see, but the Pikachu is 4 out of 11, so he's doing all right. I'm sure he'll finish. He'll just take probably another week. Here's Miss Six. She says 6 more. All right, let me go get some more, okay? I gotta go get some more. How could you do this to me, Six? Making me get more. Hey, wait, do I need more of anything else? I felt like something else was kind of low. What is this? Okay, I see it. All right, here we are. I'm back. 6 is here. Boop. What are the live custom slots again? Live customs are a $25 booster pack. They give you a chance for a slab. But you might not pull a slab. You might pull a common Pokemon card instead. All right, there we go. Yeah, it's weird. When I think about, you know, my people being the Americans or something like that, I don't really know what to think of that. I actually don't know when my grandparents immigrated over here anyways. Like, I don't think they were involved in the Civil War. So it had to have been after that. I think they're recent immigrants. I know my grandma is. You are. So I don't think they've been living here for too many generations. All right. So I don't know what it means to be an American. And as an American, you can't really celebrate. You almost can't really celebrate like a cultural identity very easily anyways. America's just been around a very brief while. There it is. Okay, so 6 of these. Places in Europe, they've got like ancient history, They've been around for a super long time. They got really defined customs and traditions, and that's why Americans travel over to Europe to go experience that, to go enjoy it. Over here, we got modern stuff. I think what America did after World War II was really cool. We are. We contributed a lot to technology, and we invented a lot of brands. But that's all very modern, recent stuff. It's not as exciting. Anyone want to battle for a spot in the Pikachu? Says Tonka Tootsie. Mistress, the great grandson of Square Mustache Man from Germany. No. Here we are. All right. Grab this. Very good. Put this over here. All right. That guy ended up traumatizing everybody. He was no good, man. All right, let's snip this. Yeah, he was no good. I think Germans now have to feel guilty about being German almost because of that guy. So he was no good. Miss 6, you ready? Here's Clawitzer. Ooh. One Clawitzer. Here's Obama Snow. I know you were looking forward to that one. And here's a cold one. Here's a cold one. Here's Xerneas. And here's a cold one. Wow, a couple cold ones. Very nice. So, Miss 6, you got a bag over here. Kind of crazy. Earth had a man who tried to pull full Darth Vader. Nah, Darth Vader was more chill. I think Darth Vader was probably more chill. Very good. I like the snow guy. Here's Skarmory Lane. We got Gyarados. We got Piplup. Here's Kingdra. And here comes Team Rocket 9 first edition holographic. Yep, that's a vintage card. Very nice. Probably one of the cheaper vintage cards from the WotC era that you could buy in a 9. Wow, time's flying, dude. It's all these interesting conversations. We have Mr. Mark Kaplan, 3 of the Mega Symphonias, and 1 Heatwave Arena. All right, you got a Heatwave Arena, huh? That's one of my favorite sets. I do worry about us running out of that. I think that's a set that should remain stocked. Did you guys know that I bought a bunch more of this? So I just bought a bunch more Triplet Beat. It arrived like 2 days ago, I think. Here's the Heatwave. Vader Slime the Younglings. Yeah, that was pretty bad. There we go. It is kind of interesting how we're supposed to feel like sympathy for him and all that stuff, but he wasn't a great guy. He slimed the younglings. Anakin, no! All right. Put this over here. He slimes the younglings, and then Emperor Palpatine's like, yo, I didn't say that. I didn't tell you to go do that, bro. That's a bit extreme. You did what? You know what must be done. What's this? Oh, Shedinja. Very nice. Here's Raku. Raku! Let's see. Hey, mister, how come no one's been ripping Ascended Heroes lately? What are you talking about? It's literally the opposite. It's like the most open pack on the stream, and I can't keep enough of it in stock. I had to order another 4 cases of it because we go through it so fast. It's crazy because it's like one of the most expensive packs I've ever sold, and it's just terribly overpriced, and still people want to open it. And so, yeah, I had to order another 4 cases at a ridiculous price, by the way. So the sad part about Ascended Heroes is I don't even make good money selling it. I make good money selling other packs, not Ascended Heroes, because it's already just ridiculously overpriced in the secondhand market. Yeah, it's a sad situation, but everyone's going to keep opening it because they want that Mega Gengar, they want the Mega Dragonite, they want the Golden Charizard, they want the Lost Woods Pikachu, they want the Crown Pikachu, they want many of these desirable ARs. It's such a good set. Even the hollows involve like Rayquaza. Man, that's a good looking set, man. So I don't know. Hopefully they print a whole bunch more of it and the price comes down real soon. That is the most open set right now. There's no doubt. The most Unleashed is doing really well too. Riftbound Unleashed. All right. All embryos must now be reinforced with extra vitamins for the betterment of society, all but our slave class embryos. What? What are you talking about? All right. Let's see. There is a slave class embryo. It's called the middle class. The middle class, they don't get any of the specialty benefits for being homeless, but they also don't benefit from being wildly wealthy. So they don't get like special low interest rate loans. They don't get like stock options. They don't get, like special rich people opportunities. The middle class, they're the slave class now. Hey, you work, you follow the rules all your life. Now go pay for everybody else. Oh, okay. Ooh, look at this. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, these are pricey slabs. These are in the pricey slab channel. What the hell was I pulling? Hey, these look great, man. Look at this. That's a base set coughing. This only goes up. I remember we were trying to sell one of these in the past for like 175. Look at him. He's 600 now. That's crazy. Here's Abra. Here's Venus Fire Trap. Love that card. Poker Nighter King. Only 400. Doesn't really make sense to me, but I guess that's what he was online, so I copied it. But I think I was meaning to pull some of these. He got slimed, bro. All right, we got Raikou for 150. Here's Promethean Knight for 95. We got Palace Athene. Now, this is a Gundam vintage card from 1989. That's super old. Printed by Bandai Namco. If you're a fan of Gundam, you might be interested in one of these cards. This 1989, truly old. Another old maid. I'm going to stop grading those for a little while, or maybe I need to start listing them up on eBay because I graded too many. I'm sure you've all got your share of them now. We actually did sell an old maid Snorlax like, what was it, yesterday? Next up, we got an order from Miss Six. She's not done. She says 4 of the Mega Simps. You got it, Miss Six, 4 Mega Simps. All right. How was your day today, Six? Tell us about it. Was it lovely? Okay. Ready? Snipping time. Good. Tossing that. We've got Gardevoir, a cold one. Oh, what do we got? Latios. Oh, nice. Was a day, lol. I slept a lot. Nice. I kind of laid around too. I didn't really do much. I didn't go on like an exercise walk. I didn't like lift weights or do squats or anything I'm supposed to be doing. I just kind of laid on the couch all day. And you know what? I liked it. I liked it. What are you going to get mad at me, guys? Oh, you got to work out. You know what? I was low stress today. That's what I would say. How does that sound? Low stress? Okay, Mr. Joseph Smith, 2 other shuffles. 2 other truffles. You got it, man. Today was awesome. Brought to you by TCC with Pikachu. Oh, yeah. Top pull tonight, still Mr. John Paul Geraldo. He pulled the Crown Pikachu. There's 2 of these. I think that is the top pull tonight. 2 cold ones. Okay. 2 cold ones. I'm sorry. See, we ought to get back into doing the Pokebra, or not the Pokebra, the binder break, huh? I don't know. The binder break slowed down, and then I just kind of stopped promoting it because nobody was jumping in it for a while. Maybe time to try something new, huh? Looks like we just caught up. Time to show off all the cards in the live customs. You guys ready? So you guys are entitled to know what's in the live customs these days. Back in the day, we didn't show you because it was all linear. Everything, all the hits were in a row, so you knew what was coming next, and that could give you an advantage in knowing how many like packs there were. But that's not true anymore. They're randomly pulled now. So there's a silver coin in there for 175, and then here's all these slabs. That's what's in the live customs. Notice not as full of a box as the Poke Shuffles, but that's because some of these slabs are just really expensive. So we got this silver coin for 175. Here's Charizard 8. Wow, good stuff. Charizard 8, also good. Jinx. This is a Tora Karuta. I consider them hyper rare. Super cool stuff. The artist who drew this drew many of the Pokemon cards in the Team Rocket collection. Let's see. Here's Tentacruel. We got an Umbreon Poker. It looks like I put it in there for 125. Here's a Scrafty, Mega Scrafty. Vintage Raikou. It's not really vintage, but it's from 2018. It's like 8 years ago. It's almost a 10-year-old card. Here's a way underpriced Gengar. He's like a $300 card now. Ooh, here's Leaf Green Ivysaur from 2004. Another one of these lovely Raikous. Ooh, Rocky Returns Coughing Reverse Hollow 9. That's really good. I can't fit like a 10 in there, obviously. It would have to be like $1,000. Here's Gyarados 10 for 150. Ultimate Spider-Man, double-sided. Okay. Magic. Hard to grade Magic 10s, by the way. Really hard. Lucario 10. Here, let's just grab a whole chunk. Make this easier. Mewtwo 10. Spearow 10. Oh, $400 Spearow 10. Cool. Celebi 10. Victini 10. Snorlax 10. Weavile. Snorlax. Glaceon. Starmie. Here's Snorlax. Gary the Snail. And Roaring Moon. Then after that, we have Kyogre Reverse Hollow, just like the Pikachu we're breaking. Numel. Ancient Mew. And Magikarp. Wow. What a box. Really good stuff in there. A lot of those were quite expensive. Did you notice that? That's what's in the live customs. Mostly good stuff. I mean, not like the Poke Shuffles were bad. It's just everything in here is so much more expensive. And you get to put in more enjoyable slabs, you know. I want that Scrafty. He's pretty cool. All right. Good. What's going on now? We've got here's Miss Six. Is there any mystery slab option? Says Tam. Yeah, you were actually just looking at it. That's called the live customs. 6 says 1 live. Our mystery slabs are called live customs. You get $25 shot for a slab out of these booster packs right here, just randomly pulled. But you don't get a guaranteed slab every time. But that's a good thing. You don't want it to be that way. You know, whenever you run into mystery slab packs where you get a guaranteed slab, those are terrible. You know why? Because they have to like pump a bunch of cheap bad slabs into there in order to build up enough profit to pay for one good expensive slab. And so you're really just having a bunch of bad cheap slabs subsidize one expensive slab. And what that means, roughly translated, it means it takes you more money and longer to get to a hit than if you were to just do like cold packs and hot packs like what we're doing. 1, 2, 3, 1. There it goes. Yeah, you'd have to mix a bunch of cheap packs, cheap slabs in there. Cold. Sorry, Six. No Scrafty snipe there. Clearly, there's a lot of boosters in there, so there's plenty of boosters. There we are. Where do you buy those small white stickers on the slabs? I just buy them off of eBay. I mean, you can just buy stickers anywhere, man. They're all over the place. You can buy them in supply magazines. You can buy them on Etsy. You can buy them, I'm sure, anywhere. Like you can buy them probably at Office Depot. They're not, they're not like you can buy price tags at Walmart as well. So I've had all kinds of price tags. I just look for something cheap. That's it. There's nothing unique about them. They're not specially crafted or boutique or anything like that. All right. So far, so good, guys. We had a great stream. We got 3 hours in. We got a little more time to ourselves if we wish. It's 5:05, but not a lot of time left. Here's that Pikachu once more. Notably tonight, a lot of orders. Not as many breaks going off tonight. Like we saw Mr. Javier jump into the vintage pack break, but no one moved the Pikachu at all. And then I took down the Gold Star Umbreon. Maybe I should take a minute and work on picking a new Gold Star real fast. Let's see if I could pick a new Gold Star. What would it look like? Something that gets people excited. I wouldn't mind doing another Pokemon Go Charizard. I'd love to do another one of those and to purchase more of those off the internet because I think that those were underpriced when I saw it. Something that gets people excited. What are people excited for these days, huh? I actually don't know what you guys get most excited for. Like, this is nice. Here's Rayquaza VMAX. I'd love to host that, but we can't. It's too expensive. This might be good. That could be good. That might be possible. Look at that. Oh, the yellow borders version of that Moltres. I'm betting that Charizard's too expensive now. Houndoom, people like Mimikyu. All right, what we got here? Oh, yeah. Remember when I hosted one of these and you guys were like, nah, nobody was jumping in it? I remember that. Nobody was jumping in it. It's a top tier card. It's one of the best looking artworks of Rayquaza. I mean, honestly, look at it. Don't think about its rarity yet. Just look at the actual artwork. That's nuts. That's one of the coolest Rayquazas I've ever seen. That's why I bet so heavily on this. And then it has played out. It's been a good thing. It just sold for 1,400. The English one that I was buying it just like a couple months ago for like $500 a card. But look at this gorgeous card, so gorgeous. That was a good move. Oh, here's an interesting one. Look at this. Oh, this was going to be 41 and 13. Look at that. Legendary Collection Pikachu. I mean, that's pretty serious. Legendary Collection Pikachu is serious business. I bought this just for you guys, by the way, just to host a break on a Legendary Collection card. I love that Rayquaza was trying to get it in the lives. Oh yeah, there was one of the live customs, wasn't there? Oh, this is interesting too, huh? I jump into a Rayquaza. Here's a Dark Gyarados. Man, that looks good. God, I love Dark Gyarados. Oh, so see this artist? Do they have it? Himeno? Himeno is the person who drew the Koro Koro cards, if you didn't know that. So see these? Himeno drew all of the Koro Koro cards, and he also drew a number of the cards in the Team Rocket collection. I believe that's correct. Double check it if I'm wrong, but yeah, there it is. You can almost see a resemblance. All right, here's a Melodic, here's a Mewtwo, here's a Groudon, here's some vintage. Ooh, we could host this Dialga. You know why? Because I bet you Shahir would jump into it. Shahir would love that. The lines are similar. I think the Houndoom's too cheap at this point, probably. Love this card, though. Looks great. Sadly, we can't host Rayquaza anymore. He's too expensive. I like these three right here. I don't know what that Charizard's going for anymore. Remember when I told you guys you need to be buying a bunch of those Charizards because they were too cheap? Oops. Let's see. 261. It's a great card. And people were just like ignoring him because he was like some kind of promo. He's 700 now. Wow. That is so crazy. He was like $100. He's times He's like times 7 now. He wasn't always as cheap as 100. He kind of jumped at one point to 200. But yeah, it's really cheap. Let's see. What's the number? Number 261. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. So I bought this one for 80 and then 158 and then 158 and then 184. Now $700. What? He could still be hosted though. I mean, he is legitimately an alt-art Charizard. He still looks pretty cool. Some of you guys probably don't have this guy in your collection. I like the Dialga. Yeah, so I think if we hosted the Dialga, he would probably go off pretty fast. Shahir would join. That's what's fun about the Dialga. I think it's fun to take a guy who's like somebody in our group that is hanging out a lot and get them one of their favorite cards. I think that's actually really funny to do because he likes Dialgas. Mister, that Charizard VMAX is only $50 raw. You can buy them raw, but they will never grade 10. That's the thing. Like they're really hard to grade 10. So those raw ones, do you really believe that the person just didn't, it just slipped their mind? They didn't consider grading it? No, they looked it over and they said, there's no chance in hell that this card's grading 10. So then what they did was they said, all right, so we're going to go ahead and just sell these raw. So it will look good in your binder if you're a binder collector. But if you're somebody who wants to grade and flip that card, you have a much better shot if you buy unopened Charizard UPC collection and then open those yourself. But of course, if you do that, you're going to have to pay the real price for that raw card. So if you want one that's real that hasn't been tested by anybody, you have to pay like almost $1,000. So you have to pay real money to open that UPC. Now, the good news is the UPC will come with a couple Charizards for you to test out. So you won't just have that one. You'll have a couple of them. You have the Sleeping Charizard, and the third one is the Charizard versus Mewtwo. And if any of those can grade 10, you're going to do well. But almost none of them are going to grade 10. That's the deeper problem. All right, so we're going to be hosting this really wonderful card. I like it a lot. Well, let me check the population on this. This is from Ultra Prism. What's cool about this is back in the day during Ultra Prism time period, you didn't really have alt arts. You had these rainbow cards. That's what you pulled. You pulled these pretty looking rainbow cards. And I feel like there was a time period very recently where everyone decided rainbow cards are the worst. No one wants them. Um, and then there's probably like a renaissance for the rainbow cards where people go back and they go, hey, actually, these are kind of cool. So I think that rainbow cards are a little bit cool. Let's see. Give me a second here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick a price out for this now. All right, we've got it. It's gonna be a 1 in 21 break. You know what? I'll make it 1 in 20. Let's do 1 in 20 even. All right. I like round numbers. So we'll see if a rainbow card can do well. Because I think it can. I think people are nostalgic for them. We are. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm definitely going in on that Dialga. Who doesn't like Dialga? You know? The Roaring Skies Rayquaza you sold for 1.5 is about to sell for 5. Nice, dude. For 1.4, what are you referring to? You mean like the are you talking about that last break we hosted? How much did I sell that one for? Oh. He says Roaring Skies Rayquaza. Is it an auction or are you just saying the latest one is $5,000? Is that what you're saying? The latest one is 5,000? There it is. New rare candy. 2018 Dialga from Sun and Moon. You know how people complain about modern cards being overpopulated? There's about 350 of these, okay? So he's not overpopulated. He's actually pretty rare. There's a listing for 5 with 9 watchers now. That one is probably mine. I think I still have one listed. I don't think he'll sell for that much though, Aovic. You know why? Because if it sells for that much, that would also mean that, hold on, that would mean that the booster boxes are underpriced for that particular card. All right. So let me do this real fast. That's probably mine, and the price is high like that because I don't actually want to sell it. If this stupid app would load, the PSA app's the slowest thing in the world. It's so damn slow. There it goes. All right, so let's search Roaring Rayquaza. It's Master JoJo's collectibles. Oh, damn. Well, check it out. These are mine. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 remaining. And it says this one is listed. Oh, mine's listed for 7.5 thousand. Cool. It's a great looking card, man. Do you guys see that? What's interesting is this is only an EX. However, if you look at the artworks from that set, Roaring Skies, it's like the best artwork. So let's look it up. Roaring Skies card list, right? Let me show you guys because you'll be surprised. Okay, we're going to Pokelector. Let me close this real fast. All right, Pokelector. They've been around for a while, huh? Now let's zoom in. There's a couple of Rayquazas in this set. Let's try not to miss any. Gallade. All right, so here's one of the Rayquazas. You ready? Uggo. Ugly. All right, here's another one. You ready? Meh. You just kind of get his face. You get the Japanese letters, right? That was like the XY thing. It's a good looking card, but it's just, it's an XY mega Rayquaza. All right, now look at this one. You recognize that one because it's from the 25th anniversary, right? And again, it's like, meh. It's like an XY thing with the letters, the Japanese letters on it, right? You scroll down here. Now, here's the very expensive, very desirable, ultra rare version. And I will admit, he does look better than the other two with the Japanese letters on it. And the fact that it's ultra rare makes you feel like, okay, this one's ultra rare. I want this one, right? So his rarity is a selling point. Then you've got this full art version, and the proportions just look kind of goofy, So it's not exactly beautiful. Okay, now zoom out and take a look at this mofo. Damn, bro. He's like popping out of the card. He's got a golden border around him. He's using hyper beam. His eye looks scary as F. He's got like a slight smile almost. Look at this guy. He looks fantastic in this artwork. So somehow, even though this card's more rare, and even though all these other Rayquazas are also EXs, this is really the King Rayquaza in this set. He just looks the finest. And so it's like, instead of buying a $5,000, um, back then if it was $5,000, instead of buying a $5,000, what a secret rare Roaring Skies Mega Rayquaza, the chase card from the set, I'd rather spend the same exact amount of money buying up all of that EX copy because of the artwork looking so good. And so making decisions like that has made me kind of wealthy over time, just making little choices like that. I don't always probably make the best choices in Pokemon card grading or life, but sometimes I do make a smart move. And yeah, I thought that this was probably one of my better purchases. Look at that guy. Gorgeous, dude. Gorgeous and definitely out of print. I mean, yeah, they're not making any more of these. So good. Anyways, yeah, I can't believe I hosted a Roaring Skies Rayquaza for you guys to do a break on, and nobody wanted it. It sat there. It sat there, and you guys didn't want it. Let's see. So okay, so there's one in auction, by the way. The English Rayquaza, there's one in auction. So we're going to find out what he can sell for very soon. Let's see, 104. That's best of XY. Emerald Break is 061. So let's try that. 061. Emerald Break. Uh-huh. And I believe there's first edition and non-first edition. Yeah, if you look carefully, there's unlimited and first edition. Not that I think anyone would notice that. It's like something that nobody cares about anymore by the time XY rolls around, right? Like I don't think people go, "Oh, that's not a first edition copy?" Well, I mean, maybe they will just because first edition has that effect on people, but it's like I don't know, like I don't think people pay that close of attention. Let's see. Yeah, he's a cool card. I think I'm done acquiring him for a little while. I'm focusing on other things now. Actually, he's using Dragon Pulse. You, Mister, how much for the Umbreon 25th anniversary that you put away? I'm kind of interested. I'm not super interested in selling him as a slab away. I'm interested in him sitting in my inventory. But here he is. It looks like I was trying to sell him 41 and 16. My feelings on this card are aggressive. They're not sort of like oh, this card sucks. Dump it. Dump it. Get rid of it. No, my feelings on this card are very aggressive. And so what I would have liked to have done is sold him 41 and 16. If you were to put him into slab away for 41 and 16, that value, I probably would accept that. Other than that, I'd like him to just sit in this box like a bottle of fine wine and let him get another year older. Who cares, you know? Who cares? Let's let him get another year older. He probably costs more in a year anyways. All right, it's 5:21. I see the sun's coming up. It's time to wrap up, guys. Look at that. All right, it's time to wrap up, everybody. Let's hand out the rest of this giveaway. See who pulls it. You ready? Really appreciate all the kindness and the orders tonight. You guys are too good to me. We've got Alex and AOG. Okay, Alex and AOG, 18 and 20. Ready? That landed on 10. Who's 10? Anthony Paniagua. Hey, it's Mr. Anthony. All right. I don't know if he's still watching. Rip Rocky says, dang, I just woke up. I missed the stream. I'm sorry, man. So that was the next round of the Brandon giveaway. It goes to Anthony Paniagua. You know what? He deserves it. That guy has been keeping us alive. He's been opening all these unleashed packs. Today, he opened up a bunch of Mario packs. Why not? He should get it for sure, man. Well deserved. He's a new guy. He's a new guy, and he's going deep. I love it. How cool is that? Now, you guys might be surprised to discover that Mr. Brandon Wong told me to give away all of his cards, so we actually have enough for another round. What do we got here? We got Iron Spider, Web Warriors, Mysterio. I think what we'll do is the Web Warriors, and the next round will be Iron Spider, Civil Warrior, like that. So that'll be the last round. Okay. Whoops, sorry. You can service my order to start the afternoon stream. Sure, 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 sure. Let's see. What did you send in out of curiosity? Let me just see it real fast. Hit refresh over here. Get a fresh Brandon sleeve on this. So stay tuned for the next stream because we got another one of these running, and it's been a really fun thing handing these out. No afternoon stream on Sundays. She's right. We go live at night on Sundays, and we don't do that consistently anymore. All right. Were you the Mega Brave? Mark Kaplan Mega Brave? We could probably service that right now. Does it need to be opened? It is. All right. Next round of the Brandon giveaway. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's me. All right, good. Brandon. Set that there. We have this new rainbow dialga break. I expect you guys to take a spot in there eventually when you get your next paycheck. And now, one more heat wave and 3 of the Mega Braves. Heat wave and Mega Braves. Here's heat wave. We got Pokemon Go back on the menu. Japanese Pokemon Go. It's a good set. It's gotten expensive for a reason, right? Why don't I see this? Oh, there it is. You shouldn't put two packs of the same color next to each other. It makes them like invisible. Here's a reminder. We got that new jumbo pack break running. You guys like the jumbo pack break? It's gone off so many times and it's finally slowed down. Here. All right. And here we are. Good. Good. Mr. Mark. Set that there. Ready. Is the booster box still going? That was in the picture of this stream. Yes, sir. It's still going. We got a couple booster boxes, 3 in total. Astral Radiance Pokemon. Cold. Damn. And oh, that was brutal. All right. I'm sorry, Mark. We've seen that before. Totally cold round there for Mr. Mark. I'm sorry about that. That was the last order of the night. I'll toss you in here, Mark. Appreciate all your orders, man. You've been real good to us. All right, Mark Kaplan. Oops. Good. So you're spot number 1 in there because of that tough round. We'll give you an automatic spot. What was this question again? Yeah, that booster box. We got Astral Radiance. Only one person in the Astral Radiance box break. Too bad. Then we have One Piece OP5 New Era. 8 people out of 32 people are in there. And last but not least, we have Final Fantasy's Soldier's Return, which has 7 out of 12 people in it. So that one's close to done. All right. Thank you, everyone. What a great night. I'll see you perhaps for Sunday, unless I take Sunday off, which I could do. I'll see you there, guys.